How we doing?
Howdy.
I'm Occupational Clique, and this is my brother, whatever he calls himself. And I think I actually logged on to Discord, something I haven't done in a long time, and I saw a couple of you people, and I said, you know what? He and I are rarely off on a Saturday. He usually works Saturdays, and it's like, we don't stream on the weekend, and we don't stream like this early. And I got a bathroom I got to clean. You've made that clear to me, right? But it's already kind of late. It's already like 3. Okay, well, you never know where the stream's gonna go. But we want to come on and just stream for like an hour or so, see where it goes, whatever. Yes, we've got Dev Pike in England. What time is it in England? It's what 8 o'clock in the evening, 8 o'clock. And what time is in Oregon? About noonish. Yep. It is a Spurg sesh, yes. Although some people say that Spurgdom doesn't exist, or I can't be a Spurg, so hey, who knows? Let's start with our candy. My brother and I gave him some of my pills. We're going to take the same exact pills except for one day. I'll go with a different pill. There's one pill I have that my brother doesn't. This is, I think this is Lipitor, atorvastatin, which is just an old man pill, for cholesterol or blood pressure or something. You take something similar. What do you take?
Telmisartan for my high blood pressure.
But you already took your.
I already took that several hours ago.
I'm going to take my old man pill first, my old man pill, my middle-aged pill. So I've taken my middle-aged pill.
Very good.
How you doing? Doggo, you take a lot of pills too, right? For your pain. Anyway, which one do you want to go with first? We have the same pills. And I've taken my old man pill. Right, so we're going to take 4 other pills, both identical. Which one do you want to go with?
This is a Prozac, right?
Yes, this is a Prozac.
Prozac.
Let's take a Prozac.
We have a gabapentin.
Gabapentin. Prozac, gabapentin.
This is a Concerta.
Oh, yeah, he's going to try Concerta.
I've never had Concerta before.
Which is like a Adderall controlled substance.
And this is like an anti-anxiety. What's it called?
Propanol. Wash it down with Budweiser.
Yeah, I just took them all at once.
Yeah, I'm bad at that. I take like maybe 1, 2 at a time, but okay. Okay, so because he's off today, I figure why not pop some pills that aren't prescribed for you?
We've done our part. We've taken the
drug. So yeah, so you took your old man pill earlier. I took my old man pill, and we just went through the doctor pills like that. Mostly come from the psychiatrist, the propanol, whatever it is, the Prozac, and the gabapentin. The Concerta I go to a real doctor for because it's a controlled substance. But I find like it takes a while, but when it kicks in, you go into go mode. Of course, I'll be drunk. I'll be ready to clean the bathroom by then.
Yes.
Oh. I don't know if it does anything for me. It doesn't do any. I haven't had any rough experiences. I just wonder if it does anything. No, he's taking meds, like I just said, that aren't prescribed for him. They're my meds. He's just taking them because he's off today. He's taking them recreationally just to experiment to see if maybe, because I said to him, doctors don't know everything. Maybe you can, like, if this pill works for you, you can tell a doctor you'd like to be on it. If it doesn't, well, So no, he's taking my pills, and they're not his. He's on one pill. I think just one pill, old man pill. I'm on atorvastatin, Lipitor, for cholesterol, whatever. He's on a different drug, but comparable. I forget what it's called. So he took his one pill. I took my, those are just regular pills. And now we're taking a bunch of, candy. Yes, off grid, they do. They'll take some time to kick in. That's absolutely correct. Okay, so where were we? This is when you stream on a Saturday in the afternoon, our afternoon. You never know who or what's going to show up. But I'm glad we.
Yes.
Anyway, I was on food stamps temporarily from the time I got fired until, like, I think this is the last month. And I think I've explained this before. I'll explain it again. I was one of the lowest amounts. The lowest in Jersey is $95. I was getting $107. I think the cap is like $295. I thought, they said with your unemployment, you make too much. All you qualify for is $107 per month. But I was doing it for a few months. And I love my iced tea. See, my unsweetened Gold Peak iced tea. The other day I went to the grocery store. I bought some pre-made deli sandwiches, and I bought this. I went to go scan my EBT card, and the sandwiches were covered because even though they're prepared, they're not hot food. They were covered. This was not covered. I had to pay for this out of pocket. But the weird thing is, I've bought these many, many times before with food stamps, and we were always, in fact, just the day before it was covered. So I don't know what the hell happened. I know that they're talking about changing laws, but I didn't think anything changed. All of a sudden, like I'm pretty sure I've bought this size before with food. Because there's a smaller size, which definitely you can buy. So I don't know if they changed food stamp eligibility. It doesn't matter because this is my last month for food stamps. I'm being kicked off and I got to go back to work anyway. Yeah. So, yeah. So I can't believe that's like the new recent history, food stamps would not. It did before. It's iced tea. It's a drink, a closed drink. You know, they don't cover prepared foods. Like if you go to the hot bar, they did cover the sandwiches. Even though they were pre-made, they were cold. Yeah, so I got a salami and ham. I got you with a turkey and a.
Yeah, the ham was really good. Turkey was dry.
Turkey was dry.
In the future, 2 hams, I guess.
Now we know. But those were covered. The one thing that wasn't was the iced tea. But it's been covered before. That's the thing. Yes, it is. Because you think if they're going to change the law, it would happen overnight, unless it was some glitch in the system. I don't know. Because I want to go back and try it again. I'll buy another one, see if it works next time.
Yes.
I've still got like $70, $80 left on the card, which they don't go bad. But yeah, so there's that. And what else? Okay. All right, we're winding down already. We just wanted to stream. We wanted to say, afternoon stream. We're both here on a Saturday. That's cool. And I think, have we said, was there anything else we want to talk about? Have we accomplished all we want to say? I mean,
we had no plan. We just said, let's go see who shows up. And we have a little bit of a
I took a shower and I said, listen, let's let this dry out before I clean it. So I wanted something to do while I was waiting for it to.
Hour and a half.
Oh, see, it varies. I know you hear things like sometimes they'll even say you got to take a pill for like months before you see effects. Others, I say, you've taken some of these pills before. You've never had the Concerta. Yes. Have you had any effects from the other pills or not really? Or
every now and then when I wake up, it's very difficult to wake up and I'm very sluggish. That's the only thing. I'm very like I'm slow, and if I have to dump, it's a very slow dump. It's weird. I know that's inappropriate, but yeah, my body slows down. It's very weird.
But so no benefits that you can tell? Do you feel different at all? Or
not that I can tell.
Because you've taken Prozac before.
I think there was one night I took a bunch of Prozacs. I had some dreams. I can't remember that.
Yeah, he took a bunch of Prozac. Yeah. He was off the next day.
Yeah.
But I think the Concerta should kick in because that's a controlled substance. Concerta, we'll see if it, if it does anything. Yeah. He feels that, both figuratively and literally.
Yes.
Okay. Now, where was the Pike Master? He wanted to share something, I thought. I don't know. Anyway, for those who don't know, I quit my job at that grocery store overnight because it was just too much up and down on ladders. I don't feel like repeating all this. I'm now waiting to do a job driving for Amazon. What I think I'm going to do, what Amazon does, I'll explain one more time. The trucks say Amazon, but you don't actually work for Amazon. You work for a third-party logistics company. So they're all at the warehouse, the Amazon warehouse. You have a bunch of different, I guess, technically competitive companies, but they're not really in competition because they've ABC company goes north, XYZ company goes south, Happy company goes west. So they're not really competitors per se. They're all just different contractors with Amazon. So I went in for this one company. I think they go more west, which is good because if you know New Jersey, east of here gets more niggery and dumpy. West of here is more white and rural.
Yes.
So I'd say, but I didn't care either way. I'd say, okay. So the girl I interviewed with, I think I have a picture of her somewhere. She was this young Hispanic girl, and this was the most what's the word I'm looking for?
Intense, involved.
No, I'm talking about generationally. This is the first job interview I've ever had that was
very Gen Z.
Yeah, it made me feel like an old man. I did have a phone, and she's like, okay, log in and download this app. I'm like, and she's like, okay, now I'm going to send you an email. I couldn't get my email at first because it needed a passcode. So I had to go to my other email, which needed a phone code. So I got the phone code to open the one email, to get a passcode for the other email, to download this app so I could take pictures of my license and a picture of myself and upload it for, what do you call it? Like a background check. And it's efficient when it works. I mean, in theory, it's efficient and it saves them time and overhead. But it's the first time in my life I've ever gone, every other job I've ever worked. And this girl was much younger than me. She wasn't very good looking. She was a spick girl, but I like spick chicks. She's kind of meh. I showed you that picture. She's kind of meh. But she was probably later 20s, early 30s. And to her, this was now just download this, open this app. Okay, sign the contracts on the phone, on your phone. Not only are you doing it on the internet without paper, because I've had jobs where you sit down on a computer and fill out some forms. I've done paper forms. This is the first time it's been internet, but on my phone, I had to log in right there in this break room. I've never had a job interview like this before. It was new for me. I remember in my 40s, it was the first time. I remember my first job. You just fill out a piece of pen and paper. As years went on, they might say, okay, come in for a job interview and sit down at the computer and fill this out here, or the boss said, so as time went on, it got more internet centric, but there usually be a computer in the office. You'd still go in and sit down and interview. This was like the most do it all on your phone. It was new for me. Yeah. Yeah, you might be right. The problem was a couple of things. It's not just the stocking part. The grocery store I worked at, they don't put anything in the back. You got the regular shelves. I'll explain it one more time. Let's say you open up a can of soup. Can of soup is 12 cans. 9 go on the shelf. You got 3 loose. They have what's called a shadow shelf. Some places call it overhead. You put the loose shit there. But this grocery store went a step further. Even above the shadow shelf, there was a giant shelf where you'd have to put full cases of it. Nothing goes in the back. So if you have a can of soup and the whole thing is dead, you got to get up on the ladder, go up top, put it up top. I'm like, oh, this is just like, and the way the store they were working, they wouldn't do it till the early morning hours when like the store opens and people are walking around. I was like, I don't like this at all. Up and down on ladders, and it was different than any other grocery store I've ever worked at. Well, one other was like that, but they were more laissez-faire. They let us put things up top whenever. This place had this whole system in there. I like to drive. I like to be on my own. I guess it's only one trip to and one trip from the watering hole. And it's only like 3 or 4 days a week. It's going to be like 10 plus hours. So it'll probably be about 40-ish hours at like 22.75. So I'll do it because the grocery store is only like $16.50 an hour. Oh, you work for FedEx. Okay, wait, you never mentioned this. You mentioned the airplane detailing. You mentioned Walmart. It's like an onion layer with you off-grid. I don't know. What does this mean? I found out Kanye West's new bangers. What does this mean? You found out his new bangers yesterday. What?
What's a banger?
Like a really good song could be called a banger, but the grammar doesn't make sense. I found out Kanye West's new bangers yesterday. Or you discovered a new song by him? Or
yeah, what do you mean? We don't understand what you're saying.
And good to see you again, Dog Pill. He's from Finland.
Nice.
At what time is it in Finland? I guess about 8 o'clock, 8 or 9. So I guess, yeah. Because when you stream at a different time, a different hour, you see different people.
Yes, yes.
When you were with your ex, you worked 8 different jobs in about 2 years. Most of that was for her sake. She wanted you to buy her shit. Yeah, I understand a banger's hit song. The way you said it was weird. The way you phrased it was weird. You can say, I found out Kanye West's new song. It's a real banger. I discovered one of his new bangers. I found out Kanye West's new bangers. That doesn't make grammatical sense. I found out Kanye West's new hit song.
Unless he released a bunch of songs. So he has a bunch of new songs that are crazy about whatever nonsense he goes on about.
And I was on Discord briefly because I don't go on Discord too often. I saw Dev Pike, who disappeared. And I said hello to Seymour was online. So I said, hey, Seymour,
yeah, right.
I'm going to stream. You don't have to be there. So it was good to see Seymour. I wonder where Seymour is. Well, is this Seymour under his girlfriend's account? Hello, Seymour. It was good to see Seymour again. He was all right. I never really liked Kanye West. I didn't really like rap or hip hop. It never really did much for me. I mean, I like a few rap songs from when I was growing up. Like, I'll tell you one of my favorites. You got what I need, but you say he's just a friend. But you say he's just a friend. Oh, baby, you got what I need, but you say he's just a friend. But you say he's just. I made a song. Bismarck. I went to a college to visit a dorm. Guy made me fill out a visitor's form. Yeah. I couldn't name a Kanye West song. I know who he is, but he's married to the Kardashian girl, right?
Not anymore.
Oh, okay, but
actually, I don't know if they were married. They just had kids.
Is he the one right after Katrina? He appeared with what's his name? Yeah, Mike Myers.
George Bush doesn't like black.
Yeah, George Bush does. And Mike Myers just like, I remember Wayne's World. Yeah, that was 20 years ago. Can you believe that?
Yeah, but now he's like a Nazi. He puts swastikas everywhere. Rants against Jewish people.
Sensationalist. Ooh. What does NHH stand for? National Health Hotline.
Yeah, what does NHH? Let us know.
I got friends, and that's a fact. Like Agnes, Agatha, Jermaine, and I love Bismarck. It's one of my favorite rap. If I had to pick a favorite rap song, that was it.
What other songs did he have?
Yeah, that was his own. Yeah, I love that. His one hit one.
No Diggity.
Oh, that was a great one too. I like the way you work it. No diggity. I'd like to back it up. I think when they put piano in there, it makes a doom doom doom. I like the way you work it. No diggity. I'd like to back way away. Okay, this is really going nowhere pretty quickly, but I'm glad we came on. We took the pills. I talked about my job again. Do you want to share anything? Oh, we have to repeat the goddamn story about your car. The guy hits your car. Guy hits his car. Oh, we'll talk. We'll segue. Guy hits his car in a parking lot. Turns out the sandwich shop. The guy was delivering bread for the sandwich shop. Sandwich shop's right on the corner, but the accident didn't happen here.
This guy owns a sandwich shop.
Right.
He hit my car. Some woman saw him, and she talked to him, and he said, "Oh, it's my son's car. Don't worry." He drove off. She took a picture of the license plate, called the police. So by virtue of this good Samaritan, we were able to get this guy. I'm now dealing with the insurance to get my car fixed.
The business is right around the corner from our house, but this occurred at his job, which is miles from here, several miles away. Yeah.
And then a week later, one of my coworkers was down in Atlantic City gambling. He was
one of his grocery store coworkers.
Yeah. He was playing poker with some guy, talking about how I have some crap job. I went to culinary school. I want to cook. The guy said, "My dad owns some sandwich shops. You can go cook for us." The guy who hit me was the son, and now my coworker's leaving to go work for this guy.
And again, Atlantic City is a good 2.5 hours from here. So it's not like, it'd be one thing if this happened at a local bar or local diner, you wouldn't think much of it. What are the odds that his coworker meets a random guy 2.5 hours from here, and the random guy just happens to be the son of the fucking sandwich shop around the corner who hit his car? It's like, yeah. I shared this last time. We had small world theory. Anyway, we got to finish. Oh, we got to do that thing. I spoke to you spoke to the insurance company. I stopped into one of the local collision shops. How's that work? You got to pick a collision shop at the insurance company. The guy, the sandwich guy who hit him, his insurance company is going to pay for my brother's damage. So we got to take him to a body shop, and they're all supposed to pay for a rental car, right? So we don't have this. Yeah, of course. For those who don't, today's Saturday here. Sunday, and Monday is Memorial Day in the USA. Yes. So we've got, for those who don't understand, it's a 3-day holiday. Yeah. So everything's going to shut down on fucking Tuesday, but yeah. But you got upset with me when I called you. I called him Doggo. You said, "No, I'm Doggo." You got upset, but now you're cousins. You're Finnish. He's Jewish. I mean, okay, so anyway, when we rent this, I said to my brother, yes, I said to my brother from the same fucking bitch of a mother, I said, when you rent this car, maybe we'll figure it out. Pick a day, call out, fuck it, unless you're right. And we'll put, we got to pay for the gas or the petrol, but the rental itself is paid by the car company. So instead of putting wear and tear on our cars, the insurance company is
going to pay for the rental. Might as well drive it out to go see DUM.
Yes. So we'll figure out when he rents a car, what's a good day, because we know DUM's not going anywhere. Although he told me he plans to go back to Australia June 4th, I think he said, but he's not sure about it. But we know DUM will be there for the next week or two. So yeah, when he rents a car, call out from work that day. It's going to be, I don't know when the company's going to get back to me with the background report, but I don't think it's going to be till next week sometime. So we'll just pick a day, and I got to go for a drug test. We'll pick a day. Not that I'm worried about, I don't think medical drugs are on the list, but yeah, I don't smoke marijuana. In fact, she actually told me marijuana doesn't count now that it's quasi-legal, but I don't use heroin or cocaine, so I don't think it's going to be a problem. But I also found the app, on a side note, changing subject, the app that this logistics company uses is the same that they all use, is the same that independent contractors use. It's called Amazon Flex. So whether you're going to drive by yourself or drive for a company, everyone downloads this app. Now they know how it works. She gave me an email. She said, "Here, as a potential employee, I'm going to give you your own personal email with our company." So it's, it's an occupational Clique at ABC company. So I use that to log in. I could log out of the app, log in with a different email, my own personal email. And if I want to, on my off days, I can drive my own car and it's the same app. So yeah. I'm not going to look it up right now. What is NHH nigger?
Hates Hebes.
Nigger hates Hebes. Is that what it means?
Yeah, let's look it up in your tab. Yeah.
I really don't want to. I don't want to talk about Kanye West.
I wish they could just tell us what it means.
NHH featuring Deuce and Baby Iron. Is this it? I'm not seeing anything for it. I'm not seeing a YouTube video. Oh, it means Heil Hitler. Okay.
Wow.
Oh, the name of the song is Heil. Oh, they don't want to say it. Okay, the name of the song is Heil. That's interesting.
I get it. Yeah.
That's funny now. I thought the name of the song was actually NHH. What does that mean?
Yeah.
Okay, so the name of the song is Heil Hitler.
Nigga Heil Hitler.
Nigga Heil Hitler. Okay, it's probably gonna suck, but it's interesting for what it is. I'll give it that. It's I like the idea of it. It's interesting for what it is. What was that one movie, Black Klansman or whatever? It's kind of
Yeah. That was like a black guy pretended to be a Klansman. He was a cop, and they had another white cop go undercover. So he wasn't an actual Klansman.
Right. You could have said that. This would have made more sense. Oh, wait, even that was rejected. Okay. I said N-word, hail hitter. And it blocked that. Is N-word blocked?
Do Hiller. N-word.
N-word, hail.
Hiller.
I'm going to try hitter. Was it hitter that was blocked? But when I put it all together, it didn't work. N-word, hail, hitter. I wonder why it blocked that. Oh, well, you could say hi. But if you do that, that might trigger something.
Exactly.
But if I write it all together, N-word, hail, hitter. No, it won't let me go through. Wow. They think it's spam. Oh. No, I said hail, the English word, H-A-I-L, hail, hitter. Like a baseball hitter. I thought that would be perfectly acceptable, but no, apparently. Yeah, for those who know, Heil, H-E-I-L, is the German word for hail. Hail Hitler, Heil, Heil, Sieg Heil, Sieg Heil. For those who might be a little slow and need explanation, yes. Heil in German means hail in English. Hail, hail the king. All right, well, we'll look it up later. I'm surprised there's no, usually when you type in a YouTube video will come up. I'm not seeing a YouTube video for it. Like, I'm not seeing, Heil, Hitler, nigga, whatever, YouTube. Is this it? Oh, there's a disclaimer with this video. I can't play it because I'll get a copyright strike for sure. I don't feel like watching this right now.
Some other time.
Is this it? In the video, he's dressed up like a furry. He's wearing like some kind of like wolf costume. Is
that even him? Or?
Is that him? I don't know who this is.
Okay,
a bunch of people dressed up like Zulu warriors or some shit. What am I looking at here? What are those things? Not furry. What are those things called? Those
so
spirit.
Those like a wolf.
A wolf head. Yeah. What are they called?
Headdress in like civilization, like the swordsman looks like that. All right, screw this.
Yeah, this looks
stupid.
Yeah. Okay. So we've spent more time talking about Kanye West than I was planning to talk about.
Yes.
Anyway, getting back to what I'm saying. So yeah, since I downloaded the app, maybe I could use a separate email, and just on my days off, I can just drive around on my own, get that. So yeah. Yeah, this was not meant to be a Kanye stream, but okay, here we go. No, anyway, we're talking about DUM, right? I think.
Yes.
Who's going with DUM? We do want to go see him once you get that rent-a-car. Okay.
Yes.
Where did I put my phone? I want to show the picture of the spit girl.
I don't know where your phone is. But she was not an exotic.
She was not, no. She was, but she was very, like I said, it's the first like a Gen Z job.
Yes.
Okay, log in on your phone. So this is totally natural. I'm like, log in on your phone. I don't sign anything. No, you log in. You say you'll get a copy. Okay, download this app. I'm like, I've never gotten a job where they say you must download this app. I've had jobs recently where they say, oh, if like some of these grocery stores will say, oh, you can download our app if you want to see the punch clock or whatever, or see the schedule, but it's not mandatory. We still post the schedule traditionally. So a lot of jobs would have started using apps as augmentators. This is the first time like the job relied on me having an app and being able to download it on the spot. This is the first time. It's brand new territory for me. I've never had any kind of job like another thing like resumes. Like I've never gotten a job with a resume. I've written resumes that go nowhere. Every shit job I've had, that you just you tell them about previous experience you have. Like this job, there's no resume required. I want to talk about the farm driving job because that And look who's here. This asshole who doesn't get the whole fucking stairs. It's not that he doesn't get the stairs analogy. He doesn't understand the analogy itself. He thinks it's no.
Let's get over it. All right, Thule, let's get us another beer. What's Thule up to these days?
I just tell him this wasn't covered by my EBT when the other day it was.
Yeah,
and all of a sudden, what the fuck?
Damn.
And this Marlowe 68 is supposed to be served slightly chilled. What are we animals? Did they get the reference?
Yeah, perhaps not. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Okay, let's go. Let's see.
You don't have to, I mean, you can sit there if you want. It's like, where's my phone?
Okay. Hey, Horsehead. Oh, wow. Long time no see. I guess I'm doing all right. You can go to the other stream or play this one again to hear about my car problems. But oh wait, the mic's muted. Are you? Oh no, it's not muted. I wasn't speaking. Sorry, guys. All right. So Horsehead is here. Long time no see. How'd that movie go with that woman or whatever? What the hell is this?
That's that bitch I subscribed to once to leave a comment. She was going on about, oh, men or you hurt women. I said, look, I've been run over. I've been strangled. Who the fuck are you, bitch? You banned me.
Yes.
Now, one thing, see, my phone, I never had any security. I would just turn it on. Anyone can use it. The app that I downloaded, this Amazon Flex, which is not just for independent drivers, but for the contractors, the app itself said, oh, the phone isn't secure. So now I got to type in a fucking password just to,
The app made the decision.
The app made, that I didn't like, but okay. What is this shit? Okay, there we go. Oh, I should have another beer. Damn. I went upstairs and I realized, no, sorry. Then I realized my phone was actually down here charging. I didn't realize. I'm like, oh, yeah, I got totally distracted. Is the mic still muted? Hey, they're saying the mic is muted. Did you hit something?
No, I wasn't talking.
Oh.
So when it's solid red, it's not muted. When it's
no, don't get confused. Ignore it. Pretend I said nothing. This is why I can't walk away. This is why my brother can't do his own streams, because things that even, you think I'm bad with technology. Christ. I'm not saying it's your fault. Don't start surmising the wrong thing. No, this is supposed to be unmuted.
Let's get back.
Yeah, I don't see. Now, if you say the wrong thing, you're going to confuse yourself and maybe confuse me. No, solid means it's on. Blinking means muted. I don't know what Cassandra's fucking problem is.
Well, these people aren't contributing to me.
No, they aren't. This is a dead end.
Come on, Star.
That's okay. Anyway, I did get a message from. I did text DUM the other day. He came on my last stream a couple days ago, phone call, and he was saying, what Tara Norquay in Scotland gave him, like him and Donda gave him like some kind of smartwatches. Very nice gift. Tara has a lot of money to waste, apparently. Now, I haven't talked to Tara Norquay in months, but I did write to DUM. I said, hey, DUM, by the way, can you hear us, or are we still mute? It's like.
All right, we're winding down.
Oh, it's just quiet because you weren't talking. Okay. You're just sitting there like a bump on a log. Okay. Who cares? That's not the point. But the point is, where was I? Yeah, this is the bitch I did the interview with. She actually looks kind of oriental, but she's spick. Not good looking. But again, how old would you say this chick is? Because she was like, oh, yeah, download this, do this. Okay, put this app, sign this contract. You use your finger to sign here and it'll auto sign all the other ones. I'm like, okay. To her, this was like common, like typical. To me, it was like, I've never done a job like this where it's like, it's all done, not just online, but on my own phone. I got to download an app for the job. It was all brand new to me. But to her, it was like just, and she was trying to multitask. She had other people there she was interviewing, and she was doing like a virtual meeting on this laptop. I was like, okay. But if I can get through training, 3 days of fucking training, once I'm on the road by myself, I'm sure it's going to be, this is going to be, I said the other night, this is going to be a career. It's just something I want to do for a few months. I need some money desperately. Oh, yeah. And I'm ready to fucking eat. We were talking about this. It's getting ridiculous. Okay.
But that big, beautiful bill passed. Might be harder.
Oh, it did pass?
Oh, I'm sorry.
It passed in the House. Did it pass? Okay. Then I don't think it went through the Senate yet.
No.
Okay. Well, he doesn't seem to have too much love for his sugar mommy because he basically told me, I actually agree with him. He said, I wrote to DUM. I said, where is it? I said, no, all kidding aside, I didn't realize Tara had ghosted everybody. I didn't realize she disappeared because I haven't spoken to her in a while, but I didn't realize she apparently ghosted everybody. And here's what DUM said to me. Wise words from James. He says,
yeah, that's why I think she's dead, because it's so unlike her. And she just sent me 2 watches, and she said you're welcome, and then the next day that was it. So I don't know, maybe she just had enough of everybody, and that was like a parting gift where she just wanted to peace out, or she died, or yeah. But yeah, no sense of worrying about it, man. No sense of worrying about her. I mean,
No sense.
all right.
I'll buy one time.
Let me know about the rental car. I'm cleaning up my living room right now. All right.
Okay, so the other day he was cleaning up his living room. Today he's cleaning up the kitchen. I mean, the house isn't that big, but he'll be perpetually cleaning up a different room a day until he moves out of there. Anyway, the point is, like he said, maybe she committed suicide. Maybe she's been committed. Maybe she just wants to say goodbye to everyone. But like he said, no point in worrying about her. But like, while I agree with him, that did seem a little cold because she bought you those nice gifts, those smartwatches. Yeah. That seems a bit callous. Like, she didn't really do anything for me, but she bought you some nice. Christ. Password again. So let's do this again.
Yeah, that's why I think she's dead, because it's so unlike her. And she just sent me 2 watches, and like, she said you're welcome, and then like the next day that was it. So I don't know, maybe she just had enough of everybody, and that was like a parting gift where she just wanted to peace out, or she died, or But yeah, no sense of worrying about it, man. No sense of worrying about her. I mean, all right. Let me know about the rental car.
No sense in worrying about her. What a caring, loving dude he is. She bought you some smartwatches. No sense in worrying about her. Okay, I'll take Dumb's advice. But anyway, yeah, there's a bill. It passed the House by 1 vote. So this isn't like a landslide. It's very close. Yes. It passed by 1 vote. They want to curtail meat bucks, make it harder to get Medicaid, harder to get Social Security. Like I said, I'm all for kicking the illegals off, but actual Americans, I want my fucking meat bucks.
Yes.
So yeah, they're making it harder.
You don't want to have to go volunteer 3
right,
days a week just to get
right. So it's if you want to be a NEET, this is a bad bill. It only passed by 1. It was very close. It wasn't a landslide either way. So it's hotly contested. I'm actually surprised it passed. I thought the House would be more opposed.
That one representative who just said present.
Yes.
Had he voted no,
it would have been a stalemate. Yeah. So some fucking. So now,
probably would have approved.
And now to explain how American politics work to both foreigners and Americans. After a bill passes the House, it doesn't become law. It then moves on to the Senate. Bills start in the House. If they pass, they go to the Senate, and the Senate has to pass them. So the bill is now on its way to the Senate, but according to Horsehead, the Senate is balking at it, which I thought the Senate would be more, because senators are more aristocratic. They'd be happier to pass it, whereas the peasant-like representatives would. But by 1 fucking vote, it passed. I'm all for saving money and kicking illegals off, but too many things are lumped together. You know how they do these pork barrel, like, okay, no tax on tips. Yay, I'm a waitress. I don't want to get okay, that's good. But you're lumping that in with, if you're on Medicaid, it's going to be harder to get. You got to do volunteer. They're lumping shit together that shouldn't be lumped together. No tax on tips should be its own fucking bill. Nothing to do with revamping Medicaid. They're just trying to, it's bullshit. But yeah, DC. I want to actually talk politics briefly, because Off-Grid doesn't know the Neat Bucks bill. But you don't think it's going to pass the Senate, Horse? Well, I wasn't going to bother. I could try calling her. She might not answer. I do have her number, and we have this WhatsApp. I haven't talked to her in months. I don't want to bother her. Maybe she's going. I do know she has personal things she's going through. Who knows? Maybe she's just going through a lot. So I don't want to bother her. But what the hell? We can call her. What time is it in Scotland? About 9 o'clock in the evening. So okay, let's. How do I make a call with this? Let's try this. She might not answer.
Exactly.
How do I put the speakers on? There we go. Yeah, they complain your mouth is moving, but you weren't talking as you were lip reading the.
Maybe I was too far from the mic.
Yeah, well, she's not going to answer. Can you leave a message on this thing? I'll say hello, Tara. That's a weird ring, but it's an app, so I don't know. Yeah, Dumb didn't like the color of your. Tom didn't like the color of your smartwatch. You got to order him a new one. Pay for the other. He's going to keep the old one, but you got to buy him a brand new. No, she didn't answer, or she no answer. Okay. Oh well, who knows? Maybe she's in Bedlam. Maybe, committed. Maybe she doesn't give a shit. No, maybe she doesn't care. I don't know. I really don't know. But Dumb, he seemed concerned about her. Then all of a sudden he changes tune and says, no point in worrying about her. Okay, okay. It's more like a mystery. Like, how do we get to the bottom of this? Yeah, because it's not too far from Norway to Scotland, so it'd be cheaper for you. Yeah, by all means, go over.
Do it, Totem. Stream it.
Well, doggo, I text her. That doesn't really coming from you. That doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people who might not respond to you. So that thank you, but it doesn't really tell us much. Is he here? Bash? I met him the other night. He came in the other night. He was asking about My Little Ponies. Where is he? Oh, here he is. Yeah, you came on my last stream. You seem like a nice person. I welcome everyone. Dumb says he knows you. You're all into My Little Ponies. Yeah, I don't know much about My Little Ponies. My kid sister used to watch that. She had a few little pony dolls, but I was never really into My Little Ponies. You know, I think I like shows like He-Man, Transformers, G.I. Joe. I would watch some girly shows like Care Bears and Rainbow Bright, but as a kid, I was never into My Little Ponies. Didn't do anything for me. My sister liked it, just maybe just didn't do it for me. Not just because it's a girl show, just so I don't really much to say about My Little Ponies. My kid sister had a few. She liked it back when she was a kid, but no. Okay, so Bash isn't an Inkwell. He's got a girl. Wow. Is she into My Little Ponies too? Do you guys do like, be honest, you guys like, this isn't a criticism. Do you like to role playing in the bedroom, like dressed up like ponies or some shit or whatever? No, my mic's not muted. I'm just moving my mouth for the fun of it. Speaking of Seymour, where the hell is Seymour? He said he'd stop by and say hello. I miss Seymour. How come Seymour doesn't want to say hi? What is Seymour up to? I talked to him briefly on Discord. It was nice. And where's this? I thought Dev Pike said he wants to finally show his face. He just disappeared on me. Wait. I guess he's talking to Zenesis. I got the two of them. I hook the two of them up. They keep each other company now. But I'm like, I thought he wanted to come on and show his face for once. Okay, so you have a girlfriend, and you guys are into My Little Ponies, and you go to conventions. That's cool. I'm happy for you. But why are you asking me questions about thoughts on coping with being black-pilled by Brony Maxing? I don't think you can. I think if your girlfriend leaves you and you never get another girlfriend again, all the My Little Ponies in the world won't help you cope. That's what I think. So the question's kind of redundant. It's not like you are coping with Brony Maxing because you got the girlfriend. Well, unless you're saying you're black-pilled with a girlfriend. Or you're saying the black pill is too much for you to handle, so you bury yourself in fantasy. I can't follow what you're trying to ask me here. Bash, you're more than welcome to come. I can't follow your questions. I can't follow any of them. He's got a girlfriend. They go to My Little Pony conventions, but he says he's black pilled and he uses brony means a brother and a pony. Brony, brother.
The guys who love My Little Ponies
have
like a
right.
Group.
And he's got a girlfriend. He says he's still using Brony Maxing as a cope for being black. But I guess being black pilled messed him. But he still has to have a girlfriend to go Brony Maxing with. So I don't. Yeah.
Is she heavy or is she?
That's a fair question.
Yeah.
Well, if you're good looking enough, a woman finds you attractive, you can be into anything you want. Women don't care if you're a fucking weirdo as long as you're attractive enough to them. Attraction comes first. See, this is what happens when you stream earlier.
Yes, here we go.
Hello, Endymion.
Well, it takes 45 minutes to get going. Now that Endymion's here.
Well, I can't clean a bathroom. No, I'm kidding. We're going to throw in a lasagna. We have one of those frozen lasagnas. We might throw it in, Yes. I'm not driving anywhere to get fired. I want a few beers.
Yes.
Are the pills kicking in yet or no?
Possibly.
We don't. Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. What was? Right, you can step aside. Remember that one time you passed out drunk, and he came on.
I don't think she.
Oh, she probably remember. Yeah. That was one of our best conversations. I was like, "Wow, Cassandra, you're really in the ball. Oh, you're Seymour. Oh, yeah, good to he was. Yeah.
I've never interacted with Seymour. So.
Oh, here we can change that. We can change it because we've never done an afternoon stream like this on a weekend. We can change that. Hold on. Well, maybe it's up to them if they want to make brother clicks. Did you get another beer or no?
Oh, actually, I poured mine. Actually, you didn't pour.
I didn't pour mine. Okay, good. Jesus Christ. If we were needing, we could just do this whenever we feel like it. We wouldn't stream every day, but there wouldn't be any. It'd be like, oh fuck, let's just get another beer. We don't have anything to worry about. Yeah.
Yes.
I don't have to worry about passing a drug test or going. The training for this Amazon driving job. They want me there at 7 o'clock in the morning for like 3 days. If I pass the training, we don't have to be there till 10 a.m. They don't leave till 10 a.m. But the training, I guess, all the different companies get trained. Like I said, they're not really competitors. ABC goes north, XYZ company goes south. This one goes east, this one goes west. So they're not really competitors. They're just different logistics transportation companies that have won contracts with Amazon. The trucks say Amazon because they're owned by Amazon. Our shirt says Amazon so people can recognize us, but we don't work for Amazon. We work for our, Okay, what is this? Someone wants to add some artwork. What am I looking at here? This is somebody's artwork. Okay, how you doing, Danny?
Hi. Do you not like my artwork? Can you not show it to the crowd?
I just did. I don't get it. I see myself. I see my brother. I see the old man I took a picture of, who does look like Todd. That guy does. That guy looked like Todd to me. But
you not see what it says? I'm with Todd. Come on, think about it.
Okay, if there's something clever here, I'm either too stupid to get it, or it's not as clever as you think. Elaborate.
It is clever. I'm with Todd.
I'm going to cut her for a minute. You might not have seen it off grid. The old man in the middle, I saw him at a dentist's office, and I took a picture because he reminded me of Todd in like 30 years. So yeah, that's a picture I took a couple streams ago, and I shared. But okay, all right. So what is it you want to share with us?
Me? What? I've got some info. I've got a bit of info on Todd. He's spurging out on incels.is. He's not over the black. He's not white pilled at all.
No, I don't think he really can be. He's just in a much better. What I said about Todd is he's in a much.
I don't think he's not in a better place.
No, he's neat. Imagine being that and having to go to fucking work every day. I mean, at least he doesn't have the burden of, and he doesn't have to worry. He doesn't have to work. He doesn't have to worry about not having money. He's covered. So at least he has that safety net luxury, almost like a millionaire, not having to worry about housing and food and clothing. So at least he has that, despite Imagine being fucked up and messed up, but still having to work and deal with people. So pay rent. Oh my god, yeah.
So, what do you think about the big beautiful troll, the big beautiful bill to eliminate sort of the working classes of America?
We've discussed this. We've discussed this, and we can discuss it further in a minute. But first, I haven't been on incels.is. What is Todd doing? He's more active. What's going on?
He's spurging out loads of comments. One of them was about. One of them was very. Dennis has linked it to me. One of them was very dark about him. Nobody liked. What was it?
Share us a screenshot.
Our entire lives are based on if you were born with the ability to make pussy tingle. That's literally the title of one of his Wait there.
Oh, you think about it. By the way, even for you, this is a bad connection. It sounds like a very bad AM radio broadcast. Very swishy, very bad. It's like do you have like a mic through a mic through a mic? This sounds very distorted.
Yes, yeah.
And Dimian, you can listen to us in the car while you're driving to McDonald's. Don't be an asshole. Don't be an asshole. End. Okay, you're all like
swishy.
It's like, yeah.
Is it better now?
A little better.
Not so much though.
A little.
What's different? You usually sound very, very clear. Today you don't. What's going on?
You don't like the way I sound anyway, so it doesn't matter, right?
Okay,
no, this is better. No,
this is better. We're
talking about the audio quality. The audio quality was very poor. What'd you do differently? You switch mics or something? Why was the audio quality so poor?
What the fuck? Is it really that bad? I don't know. Is that better?
No, it's good. As like I said in Dimian, when I went to that job interview, download this app, sign here and this virtual thing, and I was like, but you can have data on your phone. Okay, where were we? So Todd, our hero, is spurging out all over incels.is.
I've linked the thing in the private chat. Look at it.
Oh, it's in the private chat. Okay. Well, we'll pull it up. We'll take a look. Hold on. I'll share screen too. Why not? Let's share screen. Hold on.
Share everything, bro.
First, let's share this. That's me. I'm on the left, and you got the old guy I took a picture of who reminded me of like Todd in 30 years, and you got my brother. But what is the joke supposed to be? We're with Todd, but that's old Todd. I don't.
Yeah.
Yes, you want to be him? I still don't get what it's supposed to be.
It was just a play on the fact that you said he was Todd fast forward 30 years or whatever. So
yeah. Okay, all right, okay.
There's no meta level joke.
I thought there was something deeper here that I'm not getting. Okay, all right, so okay.
I'm sorry for my lack of My lack of layers.
How do we? Oh, give me a minute. I gotta figure out how to share. I always screw this up. Share screen. Here it is. Okay, let's take a look. So this is incels.is, which is I've read some postings here. I don't really spend a lot of time on this website. It's not
You're
just
the premier
incels, it's
poster.
a lot of, I would describe it a lot of black pill. There's some gems, but there's also a lot of bullshit. It's a lot of teenagers. A lot of people. I'm in high school. I can't get a girlfriend, and they go on to get a girlfriend. So
That's true. And yes,
right.
yeah, infected with the.
There's some truth here for sure. There's some truth, but I think there's a lot of LARPers and a lot of people who are just depressed teenagers who aren't as bad as they want to pretend they are.
That's true.
Okay.
But then you've got Todd on here, who's the main man. He's held as.
Oh, this is him. Oh, he started. This is his thread. He started this. Okay.
Yeah,
All
that's
right. All right. Our entire lives are based on if you were born with the ability to make pussy tingle. Yeah, I guess that's more or less accurate. You want to read it, buddy? Read what Todd says.
You can cure cancer, save millions of lives, invent life-changing things. Nobody cares. Everything is based on making not just relationships, how other men see you. If people want to hire you, if anyone wants to care
for you whatsoever. None of that if you don't make her pussy tingle. It's also pointless, also time. No, I agree. Like, especially this. Like, people like on my channel, I don't really bitch about women so much. That's like DBF. Like, women are like a small part of the problem. It affects every aspect of my life, being an ugly spurg. And even this here, like, how other men see you, if people want to hire you. Amen. He's sharing some philosophy. What you're saying, this is a spurg out. It seems like you can interpret it as he's bitter, but he also just being honest and sharing his thoughts. Because that one especially, forget about women for a minute. It goes beyond. That's another thing. People will criticize incels. Oh, you're just upset because you can't get a girlfriend. Take a shower. It's beyond women. Forget a girlfriend. It affects, how other men see you. If you're hireable, it goes way beyond just love and sex and dating. So I agree with what I'm reading here. So I'm trying to understand.
No, I'm talking about his mental state, and also he's kind of regurgitating. I mean, okay, go back into his post history, and then he said this.
I actually don't. Tell you what, I'll start an account here. I think you got to like.
You're gonna start
or something. I'll use my real name. I'll say I'm Occupational Clique. You can see my YouTube channel. I don't
You
know
might
what
get-
I post here, but I can't. I'm not. I don't have an account here, so I can't. I've read it. I've perused it, but I can't.
You might get hate, but it doesn't matter. It's a cesspit. It's a cesspit site.
Well, actually, you could share screen. If you're logged in, why don't you go to his post history and share screen? Go ahead.
I'm not sharing my screen. I don't believe in sharing screen.
No, you shared this, so you can log into incels.is because you have an account there, and you can share his. I can't see his posting history. You can share the posting history, is what I'm saying. Not your personal postings, but his postings.
If you want to, okay.
Well, you're the one who mentioned it.
Yeah,
You say he's regressing. I actually agree with this. Yeah, tingling pussy, women, pussies, everything. But it goes beyond that. It affects how other men see you. I agree. I'm agreeing with what I read here. This is why I always said the guy, he's both. I loved his philosophy. I loved his just fucking neat. He's like the greatest philosopher that of modern times, contemporary or lifetime. Yeah, he's. You say, who's your favorite philosopher of modern times? Forget about Plato or Socrates. In modern times, grotesque subhuman, 1,000%. I can't think of anyone else I would say is more brilliant than him. Everything he says makes sense to me. So
that's true. He has nuggets of gold, but when you repeat yourself, that's not nuggets of gold. That's insanity. You're doing the same thing over and over again.
not necessarily.
The same.
On this very fucking channel, I repeat myself sometimes for my own sake, other times because. Even though I've explained it before, I realize there are a bunch of people here who didn't catch the last stream and they ask questions. So sometimes you gotta reiterate. Reiteration is part of life, I would say. So yeah.
Just look at this then. I've got.
Hold on.
Look.
Hold on. Okay, so
it's the frequency of him posting. He's very active. Very, very active.
Well, it's good. Maybe the juices are flowing. Because I always said, I understand why Todd might not want to stream on a regular basis. He said all there is to say, but there's still even for Spurgs, there's a need for some kind of human connection. I always said if Todd would stream once every 6 to 8 months, just say, hey guys, I'm here, I'm alive. Let's reiterate. I think Todd is looking for an outlet. I've invited him on this channel. I can't get him to come on, but he's more than welcome if he's lurking. But yeah, I think he he's getting to a point where what does he do all day? He stays in his apartment.
Yes.
He makes dino nuggies. I think he needed to withdraw like Spurgs often do. But after a while, even a Spurg wants to kind of come out for a little bit. And
I'm thinking Juneteenth Eve. He'll give us something.
Juneteenth stream from Todd. Do you know what Juneteenth is?
Juneteenth Eve.
Dev, have you ever heard of Juneteenth?
What's Juneteenth? What's that reference to?
Juneteenth was originally a holiday in Texas, the state of Texas. It was the day that slavery was abolished in Texas, specifically in Texas.
Okay.
A few years ago, they pushed to make it a national holiday. Now, niggers in Detroit and New Jersey and California have never heard of Juneteenth, but now we have a new nigger holiday called Juneteenth. I think it's June 18th.
It was when all the slaves.
Oh, Juneteenth. Okay.
Heard about liberation or whatever. Yeah.
No, it's actually called Juneteenth. Not a date, Juneteenth, because
It was in East Texas. It was the 13th. In Central Texas, it was the 14th.
Right, time zones, yes.
Yeah,
so because it was June something teenth, they call it Juneteenth, the day that the niggers of Texas were freed from slavery in 1865.
These times they are changing.
Yeah, they made it a national holiday.
Yes.
And I remember, when I was a kid, the black kids might want to take off for Martin Luther King Day. I never heard one nigger ever mention Juneteenth. It's local. It's Texas, maybe parts of Louisiana, Oklahoma. They made a state holiday a fucking national holiday. It's weird. Yeah, like my brother said, it was Texas is a big state. It might have been the 19th in the East, but still the 18th in El Paso. It was 19th. Yes. It was June something 10th. Yeah.
And this is Todd's holiday. I think he'll.
The point is, yes, we want Todd because Todd's basically a nigger. He's a white nigger, which is what I want to be. Yeah. He's my hero. So I want Todd to stream for Juneteenth, as my brother said.
We all want him to.
But you're saying he's frantically posting. I'm seeing the black pill doesn't hold true in actual. Wait, what is that? What is that post? The black pill, unless he was responding. The black pill doesn't hold true in actual reality. Is that a post he created, or what is that?
No, some of them are comments, but not everyone is a post. But there's a hell of a lot of comments, hell of a lot of activity, like you said. And this is in one day, right? So he's I mean, this I'll count them out. This is even 10 minutes ago, right? So he's active now.
Well, then he should come on here. He can talk to you, talk to me. Come on.
So that's what I'm saying. He's very very excited. If you call him out enough, he might have one.
I'll post that link you had. This is for this incels website, which, like I said, every now and then you get some gems. I've perused. You get gems, but you get a lot of kids, a lot of teenagers, a lot of I think a lot of really hurt ethnics. But by ethnic I mean Oriental, East Asian, and South Asian Indian. Oh, just be white. Whites can't be incels.
Yeah, that's a prevailing thing.
Right,
yeah.
Because the good-looking white Chad stole your Indian girl, so your ugly Indian girl. So you think we're all fucking slayers when there are plenty of white incels and we don't count them. So they're actually racist. I find the whole stereotype of incels are disgruntled white men. No, a lot of them are like brown people or yellow people, and they think that white people can't be incels. So that's why I don't care for that website. But okay, yeah.
This is true. Yeah. So. Can you are you going to go to the Senate and sort of rail against the big beautiful kill?
Well, we were talking about it. I was surprised that. Okay, let me explain to you. The House of Representatives is comparable to your House of Commons. The Senate is more like the House of Lords. Now, if this bill were in England, I would expect the Lords, the well-to-do aristocrats, to pass it. So I was afraid, okay, the Senate will pass it, but the House of Representatives, the commoners, the more peasant-like...
It needs a 2/3 majority.
Right. No, it passed by one vote, one simple vote. There was another guy who didn't even vote. He abstained. So the fact that it passed the House of Representatives surprises me. This is the kind of bill that your House of Commons would be against. Senators or what do you call them? Lords would be for it, right? So I think it's going to pass in the Senate because the senators are like the lords in your country. They would go for something like this. I'm surprised our representatives, your commoners, approved it. But it was
the lords aren't there for life like ours, right?
No, it's actually funny. It's funny. Once upon a time, they're not there for life, but they can run indefinitely. Once upon a time, the people elected the representatives. State governors appointed their own senators. That went on for years and years and years. At some point under Roosevelt, it changed because the complaint was the senators are too much like lords. The governors of the states keep appointing the same senators, so you've got senators for life. So no, technically there's no period. It's not royal imperial, but it used to be the governors would appoint them, and the governors used to keep appointing the same senators over and over. That's how it used to be.
I agree with them.
Right.
Yes.
So
precisely.
now we vote for them, but it's still the same thing. The senators are more. Yeah.
They should have term limits.
Term limits.
I mean. They serve for 6 years and they can get reelected indefinitely. but I think they need like 3 term limits. They can just do it 3 times. That's it. So we got to fix that.
Why not have the same limit as a president? They're only allowed twice. That's it. Game over.
Okay, I mean, there's that too.
So, what? Are you gonna visit them? I thought you were visiting him today. I'm confused.
Well, but here's why I'm a little upset. Again,
I didn't catch the stream. Sorry.
No, we talk about repetition. I'll repeat myself. But here's the thing. Well, I'm going to repeat myself, which you criticize. I'm going to repeat myself. But you knew I was streaming. I talked to you in Discord just before I came on, so you could have watched it, but you didn't. So now I got.
No, in the meantime, no, you can't catch up with a 1-hour stream in 10 minutes.
No, you're missing the point. You knew over an hour ago I was going to stream, so why do you even have to catch up in the first place? In other words, I can understand like Horsehead Nebula. Oh, you're streaming? I didn't realize. Fine. You knew I was streaming, Danny boy, and now you're like, well, I can't catch up. Well, you knew I was streaming. You shouldn't have to catch up. You should have been here from the get-go. So what happened? Explain yourself.
Life gets in the way. I was trying to get. I'm desperately searching for my accounting jobs to be employed by these white witches. So I'm trying.
I'll make this very brief. You might not be aware. Today is Saturday here. I think it's still Saturday in England. Saturday, Sunday. Monday is Memorial Day, which is a federal holiday in the United States. So we have a 3-day weekend here. Come Tuesday. Holiday. Right. Okay, fine. Oh, it's a holiday. Monday is a holiday in England?
Yeah, it's Blue Monday.
Blue Monday. Oh, Blue Monday. Anyway, that's another thing on a side note. Remember that, like, I see a ship in the harbor. I can and shall obey. You thought they were saying it was actually.
You're going to have to type it.
Yeah.
Because there's the phrase shall obey.
Right. So the correct lyrics are, I see a ship in.
So you like Blue Monday, the song? Did you hear that before?
Hold on. I see a ship in the harbor. I can and shall obey. Anyway,
Yeah.
that's the correct lyric by what's it called? New Order, formerly Joy Division. I see a ship in the harbor. I can and shall obey. What did you think they were saying?
As I said, pull into shall obey.
Said, anchored in shall obey. So the correct lyric is I can and shall obey. My brother, actually, it's not a bad mishearing. He thought it was I see a ship in the harbor, anchored in shallow bay. Which
that's what happened. No, but did you like? So did you hear that song before? I showed it to you.
Oh yeah, that's probably their best known song. How does it feel to treat? In fact, when I was a teenager, there was a guy who did a cover. Who's the name of that band? Orgy. It's a band called Orgy. They did a cover of it, not as good. But, you know, I've known that song for years. Yeah, that was New Order's biggest song. Not my favorite. My favorite New Order song, by the way, is Every Time I See You Falling, I Get Down on My Knees and Pray.
Right. Yeah.
That's my. But no, a band named Orgy to cover. No, I've known Blue Monday for many years. They used to be Joy Division.
Try a song called "Everything's Gone Green" by New Order.
So I got to look up Heil Hitler nigger, and I got to look up what?
Everything's Gone Green. Play it on this. Play it on this now.
There we go.
Play it on this now. Play it in the background.
No, I don't know because I don't want a copyright strike. So anyway, Shallow Bay, I can and Shallow Bay, anchored in Shallow Bay.
Shallow Bay is the same.
Yeah, but anchored in Shallow Bay, it works as well, so it's fine.
Yeah, I see a ship in the harbor. Yeah,
it works for the metaphor of the ship in the harbor.
Okay. Anyway, so we got Anyway, the point is we got 3-day weekend. Come Tuesday, my brother's got to see. You know the story. Someone hit his car. Do you have to repeat this whole story again?
Yeah, someone hit his car. Yeah, we know that.
Yeah, and the son of the guy offered his coworker a job like 3 hours away from here. Like, no, I mean, they met up 3 hours away from here somehow, magically. You heard that story too? How weird it all is?
Yeah, I mean, it's circumstantial, isn't it?
Anyway, long story short. Well, let's get to the bottom. My brother's got to rent a car. The insurance company for the guy who hit him is going to pay for it. We got to pay for gas or petroleum, gasoline. But the rental company is going to pay for my brother to rent a car while his car is at the auto body collision shop getting fixed. So I said to my brother, when you get this rental car, see what your day off is or call out, and we'll put the miles on the rental car. Instead of driving out to Pennsylvania.
That's my idea.
Instead of putting wear and tear on my car or your car can't. You just got to go to the shop. Yes. Let's put it on the fucking rental car that the company's paying for it. The insurance company.
That makes perfect sense.
Right. So we couldn't do it yet because it's Memorial Day weekend. So I said, we're not going to see DUM today, but come next week when you get the rental car, we'll pick a day and we'll go see DUM. So yes, I put the wear and tear in the mile. It's the same price. Whether you drive a mile or 100 miles, it's the same per day and the company's paying for it. So we'll just put the miles on the rental car.
I'm sure they'll love you for that.
Yeah.
You can and shall and will obey. What the so how long is Dum around for? When's he coming back to Australia? What's going on?
You clearly haven't been watching my streams. I spoke to
No,
him.
not really. Sorry.
Okay, no, see, I don't mind. I'm not mad you don't watch my streams. I'm mad at the hypocrisy. Oh, repetitive. But then you're asking me to be repetitive. If you watch my streams,
No, I didn't say you were repetitive. I said Todd is maybe repetitive.
Well, sometimes you got to be repetitive in life. No, Dum called me, and he wants to go back to Australia June 4th. But as I found out in talking to him, it's more of a hope than set in stone. So he'd like to go back June 4th.
Yeah, he ain't going back to June 4th, is he?
I don't think so either, but that was what he was shooting for. In fact, if he's here today, he can come on briefly. He's probably cleaning his kitchen or his living room. Or there's only four rooms in that house. But he's going to spend the rest of his time in Pennsylvania cleaning a different room a day until he moves out. He's never going to finish. So he wants to go back June 4th, but it's not in stone yet. I figure we can see him end of this month or just early June when you get the car rental. So yes.
You should pick up Dum, get him to come back to your house and sort your whole house out. That's what you should do, right? No?
Well, why would he?
No.
That sounds nice in theory, but he's got his own mess to clean, which he's not really cleaning. How is he going to help me here? If he can't even organize his own fucking house, how is he going to help me? He's going to,
I thought he was a master fixer-upper. I thought that's why Donna was Donna's use for him.
Yeah, he's a fixer-upper. He's not a sorter-outer. There's a difference.
He's a
sorter. He's not a sorter-outer by any means. He has his house has been a mess since he moved in there like 15 years ago. Yeah. He's a fixer-upper, but not a sorter-outer. He won't sort anything out.
He's a worker drone.
Mm-hmm.
He's a worker drone.
I've always said if Dum had been born 20 years earlier and he had the wife and kid, he'd be happy to be the mindless worker. It was what threw Dum over the edge was he never got that happily ever fantasy, which he's now kind of getting with Donda, even though it's a late life romance. Yes. But Dum wouldn't have been quote unquote black pill. Yeah, he'd have just been a happy worker drone. He's
all over the United States and just been happy to work and slave away.
And that bill is kind of the problem. A lot of these incels, I think, aren't necessarily spurgs. A lot of them would have had girlfriends if had they been born a few generations earlier. Yeah. And we're seeing how society is falling apart when, a lot of men would be happy to be mindless worker drone slaves if they got their promised girlfriend in house. When they don't get that, society falls apart. Creating a bill to try to curtail things you can't force people to work by gunpoint. Eventually, a society that runs that way is going to fall apart. So society is beginning to fall apart because too many men are not getting what they would have gotten had they been born a few decades earlier, and you can't put a gun to their head and say, work anyway. It's not going to work. We're seeing the beginnings of societal collapse is how I feel about that big, beautiful bill.
Wait, how is that precipitous to the societal collapse? This is indicative of what? The ability, what the government can't pay its bills, so they're going after the working class? Is that what you're insinuating?
I'll get to that in a minute. Horsehead says Dum likely would have ended up in a crazy, uneven marriage with a dead bedroom. No, okay, but
possibly.
That's what he's got now. Horsehead, that's what he's in now. A dead bedroom.
You're missing the point. You're missing the point, Horsehead. Even if it was a dead bedroom, he'd still be. I got the wife. My son's going to college. My daughter needs braces. I'm going to work. I'm happy to work. Hi, honey. He would have grinned and bear it like so many men already do. So no, I think he would have been. He wouldn't have been on the internet crying in his beer if he had, been born a few decades earlier. Well, not just because the internet didn't exist, but because he would have had the wife. So,
okay, wait. Can I just ask? Can I ask Horsehead? That's only gay. Can I ask Horsehead one question? How is he not already in an uneven relationship and a dead bedroom now?
And also, I wanted to answer your question about the working class. Okay, I said to my brother, we got you on Medicaid. I want to NEAT. This bill is making it harder because as not just Todd, others have said,
By the way, we're already there in the UK.
Well, hold on, stop. Let me finish my point and tell me about the UK. No, let's say my brother wants to get on NEAT bucks, or he wants to get on Medicaid. I want to get you helping with Social Security. Okay, I'm going to decide. This bill makes it harder because it's like, okay, if I had a wife and kids, I would work like a dog for them because you got to support your family. If I don't have a wife and kids, why should I work like a dog for society? So that's the wife and the kids and the house. That was the incentive to keep men working. When that incentive goes away, a lot of men are saying, well, fuck this, I might as well drop out. This bill is an attempt to force a gun to these men and saying, You don't get you don't get to have your cake, but you still got to eat the shit. Basically, you don't get to have those things, but we still need society to function. So you can't meet as easily. You can't drop out as easily. They're trying at gunpoint to because they can't fix the bigger problem of all these men not getting what they were entitled to or what they were told they were entitled to. And now they're saying a lot of them are going to say, "Fuck it, I might as well drop out." This bill is a desperate attempt to try to fight back against men dropping out, which is inevitable given the current situation. Do you understand what I'm getting at? Going after the working class. They were always working class, but in the past, working class had his working class wife, his working class kids, his modest home, his shit car. It was all very modest, but he had something. Now he has nothing, but he's still a fucking peasant. It's like, well, why bother? Might as well drop out. The bill is an attempt to try to corral and force them not to drop out. That's how I perceive it.
True, but also the UK is very much in this vein, very, very much in this vein. It's already come to pass what you've just. The big beautiful bill is not. It's not being passed in the UK. It's already been.
It's already a reality. Yeah. Oh. At least you get your guaranteed health care. You get your NHS, which is better than nothing. In this country, unless you're on Medicaid, you got to buy your own insurance. And my brother, he had to pay the state $600 last year for not having insurance. Then he bought insurance through the marketplace. Yes. And then the federal government, Uncle Sam said, you owe us $500, $550. And it's ridiculous. So I'm trying to get my Medicaid. At least you have your NHS. You don't have to worry about health care.
That's the point. This is why I can't leave, because obviously the system is very much against the. This is why you don't know Jack Tisson, but I don't know whether you.
No, I've never watched him. I'm subscribed to him. I know the Englishman. He kind of reminded me of Henry VIII. He had a Henry VIII.
Which version? The early Chad version or the later?
The one of him. He was in a car, sitting in a car, and you use that to he was the.
No. I'm talking about the earlier version of Henry VIII or the late version of it. Henry VIII was a Chad as a young...
he's at that halfway stage. He's not a Chad, but he's not totally. He's not getting overweight. Midlife stage. I'll put it that way. He's midlife Henry VIII. Henry
VIII's got a massive leg injury, infected.
Right around the time Henry VIII was getting rid of his second wife. I think when Anne Boleyn was losing her head, right around that time is when he's.
So, Danny, are you a Democrat or a monarchist?
Monarchist, Democrat. Democracy's not working in the UK, is it? Really? Is it working?
Do you want to have a king and a queen, or do you want to get rid of that and just be a democracy? What do you want? You want to end the monarchy, don't you? I can tell.
It's difficult because America's a shit show. The politics it's very corrupt. The king, to a certain degree, the king and the monarchy rein in the power of the politics descending into a joke and a farce, as it is maybe in the US.
So you love your king and you serve your king and you want there to always be a king?
If it stops us descending into the kind of...
Okay, so you're a monarchist. Okay, you're clearly a monarchist. You want your King Charles and your King William or a Queen, whatever. You would bow down before the monarchs. Okay.
Hail Britannia, Britannia rule the waves, Britain's never.
No, but imagine. No, but this is one thing. Imagine if you had a based king that was that knew right from wrong and didn't take the shit of the government. The government couldn't force. There's an element where they have executive power over the.
I mean, you could never have a based king, even if you could. That's 5 centuries away. So that ain't gonna be real. Yeah.
You're right back.
Yeah, no.
You feel this was going. This is getting interesting.
Yes. Why not overthrow the monarchy, cut off their heads, become a true republic?
We are very American. We have that kill the king.
Yes, exactly.
That's true, but the problem is, what have you got now? It's corrupt as hell. It's corrupt as all hell.
All right, then execute a whole bunch. Go to the House of Commons, House of Lords, cut off a bunch of heads. Go right ahead. Everyone gets their head cut off, and you start again. Could you go
from that to the French?
Yeah. Well, okay, I know the English and the French. They ain't so friendly. Fair enough. But this isn't about the French. This isn't about the Americans. This is about you guys over in the UK. Do you want to end that monarchy? Do you want to just start anew, or do you love being a subject? Because we're citizens. We're not subjects. We would never be subjects. You're a subject. Are you happy being a subject? Not to scientific laws, not to your own mind. You're a subject to some family that I don't know, God speaks to them or whatever, like divine right and that nonsense. Are you happy
The-
being the subject?
The divine right of kings. No, but so yeah, okay, but I don't think either's preferable. I don't. It's yeah, and also to a certain degree, it protects our white power, which has been eroded in the UK. The white man is now dead in the UK. No one cares. No one cares about the white man.
Your empire
The white man's.
followed you home.
I'm gonna borrow a phrase from Jack Tisson. The white man's status is lower than a rat's waistcoat. This is one of the best phrases I've ever heard.
You mean
It's lower than pond scum. We can't even get a job.
Okay, you're speaking British. We got to speak English. You said waistcoat. We call it a vest. In English, that's a vest. In the English language, it's a vest. In British, it's a waistcoat. Okay, so say that again with speaking proper English. What about the vest? What?
The white man's status in the UK is lower than a rat's vest. That doesn't work. Waistcoat sounds more funny. What about
Well, white man status in the UK is lower than
the white man's status in the UK is lower than a rat's underpants.
knickers?
Knickers.
Either way, I understand a rat's. Even if you call it a waistcoat or vest, a rat's waistcoat. It makes no
A rat
sense.
is a lowly animal.
But a waist, it's like it makes no sense.
A rat's belly is touching the floor. It's fucking low. It's as low as you can get.
Oh, okay. White man status in the UK is lower than a rat's
Waistcoat.
I would say a rat's belly.
Yeah.
Belly. Rat's belly.
Yes, I want to say slithering. White man
What do you
status is lower than a rat's belly. Scraping along the floor.
The detritus on the floor.
Yeah.
What about the white man's status in the US? Is it as bad? What do you think?
I would say yes. I would say you got to remember the U.S. is continental in size. Remember, Los Angeles to New York is 3,000 miles. I think London is closer to Moscow than L.A. is to New York. So you really can't compare the U.S. in its entirety to
different
countries. I think there are parts of the U.S. that are still very white, and a lot of these people are naive.
Yeah.
But here in Jersey, no, it's like you're describing. It's turning into a fucking fucking brown cesspool.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean London is the same for us.
Right.
So Brosi hates me, so he's just gone.
Now he's got to take his piss again. Oh, by the way, my brother got this one beer I want to share. I like to drink Carlsberg, which is Danish. He got a Czechia, a Bohemian beer. It's called Praga, I guess from Prague. So he's gonna try this next. Praga,
Nice
beer,
one.
which is it's Czech or Bohemian or what's the other one? Bohemia and not Slovakia. There's something else. Bohemia, Slovakia. There's something else in the Czech Republic. I forget what it's called. It'll come to me. Moravian. I'm not sure if this is a Bohemian beer or a Moravian beer, but either way, this one. And by the way, on a side note, I want to say something. I don't like the Czech Republic. I don't like the word Czechia. It sounds too clunky in English. Czechia sounds like Chechnya. I prefer the term for the Czech Republic. What do you think? I prefer the term Czechland. Why don't like England, Scotland, Ireland, Czechland? I prefer Czechland. So this
Czechland works better.
This beer is from Czechland. I like that better. Czechland flows much better off the palate. So this is from Czechland, and we're gonna try this Czechland, this Bohemian or Moravian Czech beer when he comes back. Oh, okay, so where were we? Yeah, no. So I told you my thoughts on the Big Beautiful Bill. You're saying yes, the way it is here, absolutely. It's very similar to what you're describing in the UK and I guess the Western world in general.
When did that shift? Do you think? Did you feel it more in the 2000s, or what era?
Well, it's see. I think it's a good question because things happen so gradually.
We've been alive like a pair of lobsters.
Right. Basically, I'm gonna make a long story short. It actually started as recently as the end of World War II. It just took many decades for it to slowly progress. So I would trace this back to the end of World War II. Especially in this country in the mid-'60s, they changed the immigration laws and started bringing brown people. In 1965, they changed the immigration laws. They began favoring brown people. It didn't happen overnight. Like in 1965, if you're living in the middle of Kansas, you're not going to see a bunch of Indians walking around. But by 2025, now you do. So you see Indians and Arabs. The Mexicans, we've always said Mexicans in the Southwest. Now they're everywhere. So it didn't happen overnight. It's been a gradual, slow process, decade after decade. And I think that's part of the reason why people I remember back when I was a teenager, looking back, you could definitely see the signs were there, but it wasn't as blatant as now. So it's like the experiment. The frog in the hot water. If you throw a frog into hot water,
That's what I'm saying.
Right. If you put a frog in cold water and slowly turn the knob and boil it,
That's what's happening to us.
Yes, that's the best
The
way
white
to
man's
describe it.
being
Yeah.
cooked alive.
Right. So even 30 years ago, it was getting obvious, but because whites were still majority, it was easy to say, no, because we're still in the majority. Don't be racist. So we were seeing it 30 years ago, but it wasn't. Now it's just blatantly in your face. So it's like a slowly turning up the knob and boiling the frog. Yeah. I got your Bohemian beer.
Oh yes, the Silesian.
I told him I like Czechland better than Czechia.
Okay, what do you guys?
The Czech
think?
Republic,
You like Czechland too?
See, like the UK is England, Scotland, Wales. I know that the Czech Republic has two regions, Bohemia and Moravia.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know if this is Bohemian and Moravian, but I'm going to call it Czechland from Czechland.
Do you want some too, or?
What is your buddy Totem talking about? I don't know what he's talking about. He comes out of that. What's the myth? What are we talking about?
But also the curry. He's an edgelord, so he's going to refute everything. So, which is all, he's all over the internet. But the curry is especially prevalent in the Californian region. They seem to be fucking convalescent.
Well, they're very prevalent here. An Indian guy took out my mailbox. Oh yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about. I'm going to post some links if you guys want, because I want you to buy me things that will help the channel. Buy me a pair of sunglasses that has a built-in camera and with a micro SD card, and I'll walk around with my sunglasses on, recording what I see on a daily basis. If you want,
you're going to get Google glasses. You're going to get a pair of Google glasses. That'll be funny as fuck.
Do they still make those? I don't think they make Google glasses. I think
I'm in an equivalent. I think Bro C has already got them on. In my opinion.
He's recording you. He doesn't have to record this because this is on YouTube. You can always go back and watch it. Okay.
I think he's actually watching porn in his Google glasses.
By the way, even if it is a myth, okay, that's interesting. That's not the point. We're talking an analogy. Even if a frog doesn't let itself get boiled, we're talking about the analogy of when something is blatant, like that's a boiling hot cauldron. Oh, stay away. But when you slowly, gradually, people don't notice. So I'm talking about the frog.
I wouldn't explain it to Totem. He's an idiot.
Right.
So
he might be right. Maybe it's not true, but the point is, we're talking about the analogy. Okay, fine, whatever. What it represents, yeah, that's how he describes society. Because, yeah.
Also, it's not even a frog as well. It's with crustaceans, like what I've just said about lobsters. They don't jump out of the pot either.
Oh.
So it doesn't even matter that he says it. The guy's a moron. He'll probably oppose anything you say. Anyway, do you think it'll be impossible now to get the if you get your diagnosis? I don't see why you can't get your neat bucks. And also, I don't think you need to get SSDI. I think SSI will be enough, and then this supplementary. That's $1,600 a month. How many hookers are you going to buy, bro?
Well, I gotta look into that. We can talk about that further. I gotta look into that because.
What was that?
Let me explain. SSI is a federal program. However, they pay out more depending where you are. If you're in New York, New Jersey, you get more than if you're in Alabama. But basically, it's a federal program. They pay SSI is less than $1,000 a month. It's 9 something, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Some states have supplements.
Which New Jersey is, as I've said.
Are there different gradients? I've never seen 600.
No, I broke it down for you, so you haven't done your own homework. It's 700 also in your area as well.
I hope that's true. I've never heard that. It was so. Like I told you. I got on food stamps, EBT SNAP, because I was unemployed. I told them I'm unemployed. I don't have a job. They said, okay, you qualify, but you don't qualify for much. They gave me like almost the bare minimum, and I'm getting kicked off next month because I'm going back to work. It was so hard just getting on food stamps, and they told me that even Social Security would count as income. So it's so hard to even get on food stamps in the state. Why are they going to give me the supplemental insurance? So that's what I understand.
Watch. Look at this.
I'm looking.
Right, here we go. Bingo.
Okay, that's me on the left. That's an old guy who I thought looked like Todd in 30
No,
years.
that's not what I sent.
What'd you send? Oh, you put it in chat. Okay.
Where else do I put it in?
You can go full spurg on neat bucks, is what you're saying here. Here, I'll
go on this website. Yeah.
You can paste it in the main. I will go.
Looks like $600.
You can go full spurg on neat bucks. You link to Social Security. Looks like this state supplement is big, around 600 more per month. Why do you say around? It doesn't tell you the exact amount of the supplement. And does it clarify?
Every single.
Does everybody get the same supplement, or does New Jersey have a tiered system where
so you haven't pressed the link?
No.
So you haven't pressed on the link.
No, hold on. If you're a paraplegic, we'll give you 600. If you're just some spurg, maybe
No,
we'll give you
no.
what? No.
You haven't pressed. You haven't pressed on the link where it breaks it down by district.
Okay, I'll share the screen. Give me a sec.
It breaks it down by individual district, and I think your district is actually one of the highest paying, 700. I think the average is 600, and yours is 700.
Okay, we've got the state of New Jersey here.
You have to do a little bit of maths to work it out. I know you can't do maths, but
that's why I need disability because I can't do math.
I'm joking. You can do maths.
Yeah. But no,
I did Burlington, and then I divided the total amount by the amount of payments in thousands of dollars. I times that by 1,000, 4,336, which is $4 million.
Well, let's see. Wait, we have the county, and then we have something called an ANSI code, which doesn't really matter here. We have a total. I guess total means total recipients. How many people are on SSI?
Precisely. There's 6,000 recipients in Burlington. Yeah.
I'm surprised in a state with like 8 million people, only 163,000 on SSI. That's actually kind of. I thought there'd be
that's wrong. No, that's not SSI. This is the supplement.
But wait a minute. Wouldn't everybody in SSI get the supplement? I mean, you make it
wrong.
sound
Wrong. Some of them, with these pathetic, with the social services, as with the UK, they try and hide extra benefits you can get. They don't tell you, and you have to dig for yourself. Like I've done.
So an Englishman has done the digging for me. Well, thank you. Okay, so you're saying not everyone in SSI gets these. You have to know
because they're not aware of it.
They're not aware.
Purely because they're not aware of it.
I wasn't either, but I'm surprised. It was so hard getting on food stamps, and they want to kick me off. I thought, okay. So you're saying, okay, so if you go to an SSI, you got to apply for this separately. But here's another thing that's confusing me. Even though this shows the state of New Jersey, this is not the New Jersey website. This is the federal USA Social Security website. So the federal government is giving details by state, but this isn't how to apply in Jersey. Are you saying if you go to an SSI, which is federal USA, Uncle Sam, federal USA, then you got to apply at the state level, or what are you saying here for the supplement?
No, you'd apply to the state.
Well, no, you apply for the federal for SSI. That's a given. Then you're saying after you get on that, you apply to this. You have to say, "I'm on federal SSI. Can I apply for New Jersey supplement?" Or
no, you apply at the federal level. It's a federal, yeah.
But you just said, wait, here's what's not making sense. You apply at the federal level. I'm well aware. Social Security is a federal program. Believe me, I'm well aware. But then you said, well, not everyone in SSI gets this extra supplement because they keep it from them. Well, how do you get the extra supplement? If the federal government gives me SSI, you're saying that not everyone in Jersey gets a supplement. How do I get the Jersey supplement? Wouldn't everybody on SSI get the Jersey supplement if you're doing it at the federal level? And if you got to do it separate, that's what I'm not understanding here. I'm asking.
You have to apply for the supplement separately.
So you apply to Jersey for the supplement when you're already on federal SSI, is what you're saying?
Yes.
I wish Todd were here because I know New York gives a supplement. Did he get on that automatically? Did he get an SSI first and then had to apply for a supplement separately? I want to hear what Todd has to say about federal SSI versus...
In my opinion, because there's, like you said, the number is so low.
You mean well, but it's just your opinion. I'd like to hear from an actual American who's needing. So where is Todd? Why wouldn't he come on at least
but wait there. I've brought you further than you were before, so how can you negate what I'm saying?
I'm not knocking what you're saying. I appreciate it.
I'm virtually in the US, bro.
Okay, that's true. You're virtually here. I posted it in the wrong spot. I'm going to post it here. What I wanted to say, I'll share.
You can't do much more.
No, but I wanted, because you just said, according to you, I appreciate the research, the supplement is separate from the SSI payment.
Why did you post the StreamYard link in the private chat?
Yeah. Now, everybody, I fucked up because it was on your chat. Everybody on SSI, you're saying not everyone on SSI in New Jersey gets the supplement. Only 160,405 people in the state do. So what do you got to do to take that extra step to get the supplement in addition to SSI?
Nothing. Apply.
Then wouldn't everybody on SSI, you just said...
No, as I've said before, they're not aware of the program. They're not aware of the supplement.
Right, the program is separate from the main SSI because if they're all joined, everyone would be on this. You're saying there's a secondary program that you got to apply separately. So you got to make two applications: SSI and then New Jersey supplement. Okay.
They make it. They basically make it difficult so they can save money. I mean, if you don't know about it, you won't get it, right?
Rafterman and Maryland is correct. $700 on top of $900 isn't too bad. And no wonder Trump is. That's what this big beautiful bill. He's adding. I'm a waiter or waitress. I don't want my tips taxed. That has nothing to do with all this other shit. They've merged a bunch of unrelated stuff into this bill, and they're trying to make it harder to get neat bucks. It's basically the big beautiful bill is an enemy of those who want to neat. And like I said,
this is 2 hookers a week.
kick the illegals off. They shouldn't be stealing my neat bucks. Kick them off. That's a lot of money saved. I still want my neat bucks, damn you. So I'd love for Todd to come on and at least clarify about the SSI versus the New York State supplement. What?
Trump was never for the working class of the U.S.
Okay.
There's some kind of retardation going on.
No, I never believe that either. We'll talk about Trump in a minute. Endymion, what is OASDI? Maybe that's the piece that, although he means well, Danny isn't providing that. SSI is federal. OASDI is, what is that? But also, 573 seems kind of low. I thought SSI was like 9 something. SSI has got to be like not 1,000, but 9 something, I thought. And I don't know what OASDI is. So explain what OASDI is.
I never believed ChatGPT. Why?
That's true. When my brother's car was hit, on the police report, it doesn't tell you who the driver's insurance is. It gives you a code. It says, the guy who hit you uses this insurance, and it gives you a number, 572. So my brother looked up what insurance company is 572 New Jersey, and it gave him the wrong one. I had to find a document, a PDF document, and find download the document and say, okay, 572 is State Farm, even though AI told us it was Geico or whatever. So yeah, I don't always trust the chatbot AI either. I agree with you. It's not fully accurate.
It's a mistake. Yeah, AI is a meme. I don't know.
Five something sounds too low for SSI. 1,600 sounds way too high for whatever that OASDI is. That sounds too high. I mean, something's not right. Okay, old age, survivors, disability. But they gave us no choice. It was what? I think with Trump should have won in 2020, had a second term, and been done. We'd be starting anew in 2024. Yes. The fact that Biden even won is a joke because he was senile back then. It was obvious. All these people acting like he just became senile recently. No, he was senile before he even was elected. So Biden never should have been president. We should have been done with Trump, in 2024 and starting anew. Instead, they gave us Biden. We kicked out Biden, gave us this high yellow negress bitch named, what's her name? Kamala. So it's kind of a no-brainer that the undecided voters are going to say Democrats don't have – remember, there are people who will always vote Democrat, always vote Republican, people who love Trump, people who hate Trump. They don't determine elections. It's that undecided middle. I was thinking about voting for Biden, but he's gone now. And who's this Kamala lady? They don't have their acts together. It was the undecided voters who can go either way who said, Democrats are too fucked up, let's vote Trump. So
a lot of black voters voted for Trump.
Absolutely.
A lot of black men.
Absolutely. I fully understand why Trump was reelected. I'm just amazed how quick he is at destroying our country. Because he's the it would have been Biden did the same. They're both destroying our country in different ways. Yeah. Biden opened the border, and this guy he's curtailing the border, but now he wants to go after American neats. So it's like
he wants you out, bro. The white man he wants out at all costs,
absolutely.
Especially the low value one.
What'd you say about the
white man?
The rats waist coast, rats waist coast, waistcoat, the vest, rat's belly, on the floor. Yeah, we're lower than that.
Yeah, but I just he's the best worst option.
It's a good way. He's the best worst. It's not that I love Trump, but I mean, look at the alternative. Yeah, I think a lot of Americans felt the same way. It's not that we love him. You've got the Trump fanatics and the anti-Trump. Most people are like, yeah, Trump's not wonderful, but he's better than whatever the fuck a senile old man named Biden and some fucking nigger bitch named Kamala, drunk nigger bitch. So he was the better of the shit options, absolutely.
But I mean, imagine if Biden had carried on; it would be an absolute shit show. It would be the white man's status will be sub-zero. They'd be they'd be underground. I don't know how low, because the kind of rainbow agenda would be completely.
In fairness, I don't think Biden would have had a big, beautiful bill. I don't think.
No, he wouldn't have gone after the needs.
Right. We wouldn't have gone after the needs, but there'd be more illegals taking neat bucks. So either way, it's like a lose.
The economy will be totally tanked. I mean, the tax and spend, the spend of Biden was fucking bizarre. The bills that he passed, the lack of taxation, the high taxes and the massive spending on these social programs, crazy. The debt's hugely risen. What's the US debt now? It's 100 and what percent of the GDP? It's 100
trillion.
It's massive. It's bewilderingly high. Trump's trying to. What do you think of Elon Musk's role? Do you think he's a clown?
You want to share your opinion on Musk?
Well, basically, Musk is a modern day billionaire. He has a lot of money, a lot of sway.
Kind of like Trump, but Trump's a different generation.
Correct.
Swag or sway?
Yeah, but I mean, basically, Elon Musk has impregnated several women. He's unashamed. He's a billionaire. He gets to have women. Trump would have loved to have been Musk, but in his day, he couldn't do that.
Right.
Back
Trump,
in the 70s,
right.
Trump had to get married. He had to have a bunch of kids. He had to be the
suit
family
tie,
man.
yeah.
If Trump were born 20 years later, he'd be a Musk. He would never get married. He would just impregnate several women, have the kids. But back in his day, that was not seen as acceptable. He had to play the game. He had to get married. He had to get divorced, get married again.
Yeah, the best suit starched every day.
He's a little envious of Musk. He loves what Musk is. Musk is a modern day billionaire. He gets
who
to
had
do
freedoms that Trump didn't have. Yeah.
Musk gets to impregnate several women, not marry them, but be the
nobody-
dad.
no
No one
shame,
cares.
yeah.
No one shames him or gives him shit for it. So Trump is enamored with Musk. He would have loved to have had Musk's life, but he couldn't given his age.
What my brother's trying to say is in Trump's generation, there were still standards. So Trump, I got this woman pregnant. I got to marry her. I got to show the people I've got my nice suit. I've got my wife. I've got the kids. Like nowadays, you don't have to do that. So Elon Musk got to be a billionaire without having to go through all that bullshit. My brother's saying that Trump in his day couldn't do that. Trump wishes he was a younger billionaire. So Trump sees in Musk what he wishes he could have been, but in his day he couldn't do that. Yeah. So he's got a love for Musk. Musk, of course, is a fucking South African who really shouldn't be.
He wants to send his rockets to Mars, so he needs air traffic control to give him freedom to do that. Because during the Biden administration, he was hindered a lot. Air traffic wouldn't allow.
I don't know if you
him to do
understand.
stuff.
I mean, you have something like that in the UK too. You know, there are federal laws saying what you can and can't put into the sky. And I guess Musk was having problems launching rockets.
So he got on the Trump bandwagon just to further his own interests, and a lot of that stuff changed. I think he's launching 2 rockets a month. He couldn't do that under Biden, but now he gets to do what he wants because he's buddy with Trump, and Trump is enamored with him. And I don't think he's all in all that great. I mean, it's interesting that you can go into space without being a government.
I don't mind him as a billionaire playing games. I just don't think he's involved in politics. We didn't vote for him. And I think Trump is Trump himself, like Biden was too old, Trump's getting too old. Trump just thinks, wow, I couldn't do what you did in my day, Musk. If I were 20, 30 years younger, I'd be like you. I like you.
I don't know why we're importing white South Africans. I mean, I don't care about South Africa. I don't give a shit about it. I think the white South Africans should go to the UK or Holland.
Yes.
I don't know why they're coming here.
I understand that it must suck being a white South African, a minority in a country with niggers who want to kill you.
Yeah.
But they should go to either the UK, because South Africa was part of the British Commonwealth, or Holland or Netherlands, because it was originally a Dutch colony.
Yeah.
Why are they coming here? Send them to England or Holland. I don't. Yeah.
As refugees, they're going to end up in some impoverished.
Yeah, they're going to end up in some nigger ghetto anyway.
I don't know what that's about. Again, I really don't care about South Africa. I guess they have some rare earth elements, and I know China is pretty big over there, but I don't even know. I think Trump and that RFK guy are a little too nutty with nonsensical conspiracies. And even if it is a conspiracy, even if the white South Africans are in danger, they have the UK, they have the Netherlands. Like, why come here? What are you going to do here?
Trump, did you see the video posted? Videos on YouTube, an interview in the 80s. Trump said he would never run for president. Very interesting.
I thought he said he would do it if he needed to do it. He said he wasn't focused on it. He didn't care. But if there was a need, he would. He wasn't 100% against it. He was like 90% no, 10% yes. That's what I saw.
Okay, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I stand corrected by Brother OC, the head of the US government. They're sitting here. But Musk is a massive charlatan, in my opinion. He's very narcissistic. I think he might be.
Well, we're all narcissists to you, so yeah. But okay, so go on. Why is he?
I think he's somewhat intelligent, but he has, like you said, no place and no skill in politics. So, hence the Hitler salute and everything he was doing. I hope. Sorry about that. I might get you a strike for saying that.
Okay, Hitler, fine. Hitler.
Do you think he's a? I think he's a spurg with all of his dancing and the
chainsaw thing.
What's a chainsaw?
Yeah. He went to some sort of rally about cutting red tape. He had this big chainsaw.
Christ,
the president of Argentina was there.
He was running around with a chainsaw.
Yeah, he had a chainsaw on the stage.
It was on.
Yeah, he's definitely a Spurg. He's definitely a Spurg. He's
Yeah, but I mean, well, then good for him because for a Spurg, see, here's the problem. Most Spurgs are in a very bad way in life. Most Spurgs are disadvantaged. If
he
he's
got
the one,
rewarded.
if he's the one, here's the problem. People point and say being a Spurg is no big deal. Look at Elon Musk. It's like just because a few Spurgs make it, most of us are fucked up. Elon is doing much better than the average Spurg. If he's a fucking, most Spurgs will never get to be billionaires. You know, he must have some kind of social savvy, or he's really tall and really good looking for a Spurgs. I'm trying to understand why was he, most Spurgs will never be in the have the social opportunities he did.
True. I don't know his appeal. I don't know who he appeals to, because people like, for example, yourself, they're not going to be behind him. Maybe he's got like an army of nerd supporters. Women are against him. Women won't like him. You
might be right. Your girl Cassandra agrees. See, I don't know if Elon Musk is a Spurg, because the 99% of Spurgs are not successful in life. We're all not only not successful, we're struggling. Yes. Like Todd said in that incel.is post, it affects every aspect of life, not just women and dating and sex. It affects how other men see you, if you can get hired. Most Spurgs are at a real disadvantage. So he must be what we call if he's a Spurg, and he's what we call a super Spurg, one of these unicorns who gets to do things that the average Spurg could never, ever in a billion years do. So you're saying he's a unicorn Spurg or a super Spurg.
True. I mean,
and women must like him, or they like his money, because he's fathered a bunch of kids illegitimately, so he's getting sex. So yeah.
But it's the money, yeah. Money. I mean, the point is that he's lost all these women, right? I don't think he's.
That's not Horst brings another point. He is a drug addict. He takes it's known he loves ketamine, which is a mind altering drug. So that might play into this. He's drugging himself up. So yeah.
All you have to do to visit his mind is look at the Cybertruck. Game over.
But a Cybertruck is what hit my brother. Yeah, that's what it all comes. It's all cyclical. That's what hit my brother.
It looks like shit. The Cybertruck looks like shit. It's
okay. Two things. A Cybertruck is what hit my brother's car. The guy with the sandwich shop, he was driving a Cybertruck into the parking lot, couldn't handle it. Okay, there was a movie, a famous movie called, well, maybe not two famous. It was called The Running Man. Have you ever heard of The Running Man?
Yeah, The Running Man's a great film. I like it. Very funny.
Cybertruck looks like something out of The Running Man. When Schwarzenegger's in this game where he could die. He's trying to fight for his freedom. What's his name? Dawson. Richard Dawson is the host. That's what the Cybertruck looks like. Something out of The Running Man. Like
I'd buy that for $1. Remember, I'd buy that for $1. Remember that phrase?
Yeah, The Running Man. But the point is, the Cybertruck looks ridiculous. It looks like something else. It doesn't look futuristic. It looks like something out of some old Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. So the point I'm trying to make is, yes, the Cybertruck is a good example of something's not right there. But it works. People buy it. People love it. A guy hit my brother's car in a Cybertruck. So as ridiculous as it is, it has some kind of appeal.
Yeah, it just shows you people will just follow anything, right? The normies will just follow anything.
Well, I'll tell you this. I will confess this. Let's say I were a multimillionaire and money didn't matter. I would never buy a Cybertruck. It does not appeal to me.
Precisely, yeah.
But I might buy a Tesla for the hell of it. I might say, you know what? Here's why.
Teslas are quick.
Wait, not just that. No, here's why. I'm a millionaire. All my life, we've had Ford, Toyota, Honda. These are old companies. General Motors. Yes. These are a Mercury. These are old companies that have existed for decades. Tesla's brand new. So you know what? I've never been alive at a time when we had a brand new car. So I might buy a Tesla if I had the money, just to say I bought Teslas when they first came out. I wasn't alive when the first Ford came out. I wasn't alive when the first first Chrysler came out. Right. But now I'm alive. It's a brand new car. I'll buy it just to say I bought it when it was new. So I might buy a Tesla car with the money just to say because
you want to be a neat. You want to go buy a Tesla.
Right. All our lives, Chrysler and Chevy and Ford and all this stuff. They've existed for decades, over 100 years now. Whereas Teslas, I might buy it just for the novelty effect. I admit that. Not a Cybertruck. I might buy a Tesla car just for the novelty effect. I admit that. But okay. I'm just sharing our thoughts. But yes, like the normies, I would buy a Tesla not to conform, but to say I bought it when it was brand new. Tesla never existed before. It came about in my adult lifetime. I bought one to say, what is this all about? I might buy a Tesla just to try it out. I admit that. Not a Cybertruck. Not a Cybertruck. Yes, a Cybertruck hit my brother's car. I'd buy a Tesla sedan.
What about a nice Ferrari Testarossa? That's what I get.
I don't know. I don't like. First of all, again, Ferrari and Lamborghini; those are also long-established companies, and I don't like those big, flashy, showy cars. Plus,
they're for millionaires.
They're for millionaires. Plus, I don't really even like.
You're a millionaire. You said you were a millionaire.
Okay, but but still, in this country, like, okay, after World War II, when the U.S. rebuilt Japan, we did bring in Japanese cars, so our mechanics can handle American cars and they can handle Japanese cars. They don't do very well with Italian cars, or even if you have a Bentley, even German cars. So you can own a Japanese car. But like in my one video, I showed that Saab. Remember, I saw a Saab, which is a Scandinavian car. It's other than Japanese, it's rare to see non-American cars because most mechanics can't handle Lamborghinis or Bentleys or Rolls Royce or Volvo. Most mechanics can't handle these, or Volkswagen. Most mechanics can't really handle them.
I think Mercedes is the one exception.
Right, Mercedes-Benz. That's a luxury car.
Because the millionaires will have their Mercedes need them fixed. Mercedes and to an extent BMW.
That's what you need to push back into the Cybertruck with a Mercedes then. You need to re-ram the person that rammed you off the road. Why did they try and ram you again? I can't remember.
They didn't try. Apparently, instead of going... Okay, all right. Again, in English...
Sorry, I know you're repeating.
No. In English, no, it's okay. In English, we call it a parking lot. In British, I believe you call it a car park. Where the cars are parked, we call it a parking lot. You call it okay. Instead of driving out the parking lot normally where the car should drive, this guy tried to cut through a bunch of empty spaces. Yeah. A bunch of empty spaces. It's a very narrow parking lot or car park. So instead of going the right way and going around and exiting, he thought I can save time by cutting through. He cut through some spaces and bam, hit the front of my brother's car trying to cut through spaces. That's what happened in the
wow,
car.
What a retard!
Yeah, exactly. There was no need for this accident. He's a fucking.
So that confirms every Tesla driver is a retard. Okay.
Well, if I were a millionaire, I would own a Tesla car just to say I owned it because yes, it is novel.
You'd be the exception to the rule, though. See,
It is novel because it's new. You know, Saabs. Even if I wanted to buy a Saab, Saab's been around for decades. Ford's been around for decades. Honda's been around for decades. Tesla is new in our lifetimes, in our adult lifetimes. It's wow. I've heard of Honda and Ford and Chrysler and Chevy and blah blah blah. Tesla's like a brand new thing. I would buy it for that. That's the novel value in it. That it's a new competitor to a long-established car market. All the other players have been around. Close to 100 years. About 100 years now. Yes. Okay. That's the. I'm going to try and explain what the novel value of a Tesla would be. Okay.
You're right, but that's retarded. Kaz likes it.
Also, and to be, you're missing the point. It doesn't matter if it's a Mexican. I've never seen a Korean mechanic. I've never really seen Oriental mechanics. It doesn't matter if the mechanic's a Mexican. They don't have the tools to work on Lamborghinis. You got to take it to a specialty place. That's what I'm trying to get at. I'm talking about the shops don't have the tools for Rolls Royce and Bentleys and Lamborghinis. That's what I'm trying to say. So and Dimi doesn't get it. Climb a couple stairs up. You're too far back. Most are Mexican. Get a couple more stairs up. It's not about the ethnicity of the mechanic. It's you go to an American auto body, American mechanic, American car shop. They're not going to have the tools to fix a fucking Lamborghini. Climb a couple stairs up. But OC, most are Mexican. I didn't say that there were Americans in American shops. I said American shops don't have the fucking tools to fix those luxury European cars. Christ.
Yeah, I know.
And truly, this is what I mean by stairs. It's like Christ.
He hasn't got a stand and stair lift. Okay, it's okay.
Cassandra thinks I'm retarded for wanting to buy a Tesla if I had the money for. Okay. Nice to know, Cassandra. Or is that you?
Nice. By the way, there is there are other the electronic car clones from China. They taking it. What is the make called?
We've got a lot of Orientals in New Jersey, but I rarely see Oriental mechanics. I see white, Hispanic, even black mechanics. I never see Oriental mechanics. That's weird.
I guess in California it's more.
And Maryland apparently. I've never seen a Chinese, Japanese mechanic. I've never seen that. I got to pay more attention.
What's like in Texas, Horsehead? Probably a bunch of spics.
All right, what were you saying? Go ahead, Danny. Go ahead. Oh yeah, it was totally. He wasn't even like turning a sharp corner. No, he was trying to cut through a bunch of empty spaces and bammed into my brother's front end. Yeah.
Yes.
Which then obviously.
Yes, a lot of the old school Italian and Polish. A lot of that is Jersey. Yeah. Okay, continue.
Which confirms the point that the Cybertruck is its maneuverability is like a literal truck, isn't it? It's crap. It's crap on all fronts. It looks like shit.
Like
And
I
then
said, the Running Man. It looks like something out of some stupid movie from 40 years ago. It doesn't look like a modern car. It doesn't look real. It looks like something from some stupid, sci-fi movie. But a Tesla sedan, I would buy just to test it out and say, okay, I owned a Tesla when it was new.
Yes.
Yeah. What's that? What were you talking about? Rivian? What was that?
Rivian is another electronic car company that's brand new.
That's brand new. Okay. So maybe, if I were a millionaire, I'd buy a Rivian instead. I'd buy one because they're brand new,
Yes.
as opposed to, can I repeat this one last time, the long-established companies that have existed before our grandparents were even born.
Yeah.
FAMOCO, Ford Motor Company, goes back to the 19-aughts, 19-teens. Henry Ford, it's been around for 110 years.
Yeah.
Cadillac. So I'm saying because it's new, the novelty value is that it's a new competitor in a long-established marketplace. How many times have I repeated myself before someone kind of makes it halfway up a stair? Okay.
I've got a stair lift. I'm fine.
Okay, well, we got it. Like I told you, and this is the problem you have. I can't give you 100% attention. I got a bunch of starlings, and I will include them too. So starlings, pay attention. But I'm glad you get it, Danny.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
I've got the credit. So, I like your stance on Musk. You figured him out. You don't actually buy the meme. I like that. That's good. I thought Americans were all in on Musk.
Let's stop a minute. Let's back up a minute. Because he's a stereotype. All Americans are into Musk. What do you think? I don't think most people care. I wouldn't say most people are anti-Musk. Most people don't even think about it. I mean, but no, we're not. I wouldn't say the people we interact with or work with are enamored with Musk. No, I wouldn't.
There are a few who love him because he sends rockets to Mars. He wants to send like a drone or a robot to Mars, and they're all interested in the technology aspect. That's a very, very small part. The people who hate Musk are also very, very small. Most are indifferent. I mean, Musk is here. He has his own city in Texas now. They just voted to become their own city.
What?
Starbase Texas, look that up.
What?
Yeah. So we're aware of him, but we really don't care that much about him.
And also, real quick,
Except for his effect on Trump.
We'll talk about. Yes, California was part of Mexico before that part of Spanish territory. But the truth is, there are more mestizos in California now than there ever were when it was Mexican. Most Mexicans in California do not trace their roots back to pre-Mexican-American War. Most of the Spics in California came long after that war. So yes, while it was a Spanish territory that became a Mexican territory, then became an American territory, and there are some old stock Spics. Most of the Spics in Southern California are very, very recent.
When California chose to join the United States, a lot of those old stock Spaniards or mestizos wanted to become, America.
Right.
They deliberately lived far, far away from Mexico City because they hated Mexico.
Right, it was a fringe,
Even in Texas, the Tejanos hated the Mexican government. They wanted to be free. That's why Texas was its own republic. So a lot of people of Mexican descent fought hard to be independent from Mexico.
From Mexico, right.
People, for some reason, forget
it wasn't just
that.
It wasn't just the gringos and their slaves flooding in. Gringos and Negroes.
Yeah.
A lot of because at the time Mexico was a new country, with 20 years independent, and those were the extreme fringes.
Texas and California were far away
sparse territories. Yeah.
They hated Mexico. They loved their independence. They didn't necessarily want to be American, but they didn't want to be Mexican. So when the chance came to break free, they chose to break free.
And Mexico is in its early infancy, and Mexico has always been, the heart of Mexico has always been, what's it called? Lake Texcoco, Mexico City. Right. And Texas and California were far-flung.
They wanted nothing.
Spanish territories that became part of Mexico by default.
They all deliberately moved away from central Mexicanness. They said, fuck this. This is screwed up. Let's go far, far away to the hinterlands. We can live our own lives, be our own people. And when they got the opportunity to break free, all of those Mexicans and mestizos, they gladly broke free.
And to be fair, most of the people living in that territory, what was northern Mexico, now southern U.S., southwestern U.S., they weren't mestizos or gringos or Negroes. It was mostly actual indigenous people, like the Comanche, the Apache. Most of the people in that territory were actual Indians. There weren't that many. There are more mestizos there now as the USA than there ever were when it was Mexican for 20 years. So a little American history lesson. Okay. Yankee imperialism. Okay. So what were we talking about?
That was interesting. I like that. That was good.
Right.
The history of Southern American history. Mm-hmm. The Mexicans hated themselves, right? Is that right?
No, I think they when Spanish rule came to an end, Mexico became free, and all Spanish territory north of Mexico City well into what is now the southwestern United States, it became Mexican by default. And there were people living in this territory who they were happy being Spanish subjects, subject to the Spanish crown, but they were not happy with being part of this new republic called Mexico, which was to them some faraway land. Because remember, California and Texas are over 1,000 miles from Mexico City, so there were people living in Spanish territory who didn't like becoming Mexican.
Yes, they wanted independence on their own terms. They didn't want to be subjected to Mexico City,
right?
Because Mexico City brought in its own brand of nonsense. The white Spaniards who lived there ruled. The mestizos had a little bit of a voice. The indigenous people had nothing. So a lot of those folks went to Texas, California, what's now Arizona. They just said,
to get away
we're
from
going far away, because even though we got rid of the crown of Spain, we're still under the yoke of these oppressors. Screw them. Let's move far, far away. And they had a lot of autonomy. They just kind of did their own thing. And then when they got the chance to break away, when a bunch of white people from America moved in and said, screw this, let's revolt, let's break away, they were a big part of helping the revolt. They were a big part of helping away and breaking from Mexico. So even though they were technically Mexican citizens, they hated being Mexican, and they gladly revolted and went away. And yeah, I guess they joined America because, there were a lot of Americans there, but no, this whole idea of evil white people taking over is wrong.
Not just, I'm saying when you go to California and Texas and see all these Mexicans and you say, well, it was Mexico first. Yeah, but there are more Mexicans there now, today, than there were back in the 1830s. Yes. In other words, back when it was part of Mexico on paper, there weren't that many Mexicans there. Right. There are more Mexicans there today. So it was Mexican first. We took it over. Yeah, but it was unpopulated territory. Most of the Spics there now came afterwards. So I'm not knocking the Spics. I get along with Spics better than any other non-white people, but I'm just talking about the whole. Well, it was Mexican first, yeah, but there are more Mexicans there post American annexation than there ever were when it was Mexico. It's not like all those Mexicans became American citizens. The Mexicans flooded. You know the whole story about the border, so this really turned into a fucking
history lesson.
Yes, almost 200 years ago. Yeah, there's definitely more Mexicans in Texas and California in 2025 than there were in 1825. Go back in time to 1825 when we're still Mexico. There weren't as many Mexicans there as there are today. So, yeah, that's what we're getting at.
I think Bruce C is now the resident historian in the industry. He's now.
They're all local.
So I think
more people. No, stop. Not more people. More Mexicans percentage-wise than when it was part of Mexico. You idiot. Christ, Totem is just.
Yeah, Totem. As I said, he'll be oppositional to everything you say, so you can't win with him.
Yeah.
Spug 101. Do you think this is what this is where you got your revolutionary spirit from, right? This is why you want to neat. You want to cast away your independent, right? You've got the independent spirit, correct? When you're in New Jersey, obviously not.
Conventionality didn't work for him, He couldn't just get a job and a girlfriend, or he just.
Am I doing the beer run?
Yes, doing the beer run. Yeah,
My brother asked the question. I'm going to do a beer run.
Conventionality failed.
We got one here. I got a couple more.
So he couldn't just live his life and be normal. So now he's kind of forced.
So why look like a dog when I'm not
Yeah. He goes to crap job after crap job after crap job, gets treated like shit, doesn't earn enough to eke out a living, so why not just become a neat? This world dumps on you, walks all over you, doesn't afford you the opportunities that every other normie has. Normies get to have girlfriends, relationships, love. They get to have friends. They get to be social. They get to go out and live their lives and find a job that supports them. He and I, we've never had jobs that support us. So that's why we live together. That's why we moved back in here with our parents. Conventionality failed us. So if we can't be conventional, why not just neat?
True. So OC's pushing hard to be neat, but you're working 6 days a week. Why aren't you doing the same process as OC?
I struggle with that concept. I really do think about it in my mind, left and right. I think I need to get a psychiatrist or a psychotherapist. I need to talk about them and convince them how much of a waste my life is. But I don't think I'm as bad as my brother. When I go to work, I get along with people. With this car accident, they're all on my side. They're all angry at that guy. They want me to get it fixed. They want it to be paid. They all support me and help me. So I'm not as
So you're
much
saying-
as a
Okay.
failure. I'm still a failure. I'm like a failure light. I'm not failed enough like Todd, where I can just live off the government dole.
What about me? Am I failed enough like Todd?
You're closer to Todd than you are to me. You get a lot of nonsense and a lot of flack from the people you work
For
with.
no reason.
Yeah, I know. As I just said, he goes from crap job to crap job, treated like garbage, can't make it. Me, I really can't make it. I mean, like I said, I've always gotten along with my coworkers. There was maybe only one or two who hated me and gave me shit. Like, I used to work at an office supply store, and we had to close, and it was very, very busy, and we had to stay late. This one guy, he just sat around and said, "Oh, screw you. I can't stay here. I got to go with my family." Like, he treated me like garbage because I was doing the job correctly. But that aside, I'm treated better than my brothers.
I've got
by my
stories to
coworkers.
tell. I've got stories to tell. I always said my brother is a manlet, and I think that helps. People see him as harmless, and tall fags are seen as scary or respectable. I'm fair game height. So if you're really tall or you're really short, people are either afraid of you or respectful, or they see you as harmless.
A lot of my coworkers are older women in their 60s. They look at me. They call me buddy. They constantly, "Oh, hey, buddy, how you doing?"
No, OC hates Buddy.
Yeah. I'm just gonna say,
Buddy is OC's like whistle, dog whistle.
guy.
He hates Buddy.
They know that I can't harm them because I'm so small and weak, but I'm not like that tall, big, strong man that they get wit for. I'm just this non-entity piece of garbage that
Right.
they kind of.
So with me, with my
Buddy is like
brother,
a dog whistle.
with my brother, they see him as harmless. With me, they don't see me as intimidating, but they don't see me as harmless either. They see me as someone who has to be destroyed. So I get more shit than he does.
Yeah.
Is he a spurg? We don't know, but he doesn't have the same experience as I do. People definitely have that little buddy, little manlet guy. Yeah.
I'm the perpetual sidekick, the little guy who's nice and kind of funny, and I help everyone out, but I'm not seen as a fully functioning adult human being.
But are you Bud Fox?
I'm not seen as a buddy because I'm too tall, but I'm not seen as intimidating or respectful because I'm not tall enough for that. So I'm seen as that's a weirdo. We got to deal with him. I'm fair game height, and I'm a spur guy. So yeah.
Are you called Bud Fox? Do you get the reference? Bud Fox.
No, who's Bud Fox?
I don't know who Bud Fox
I'm
is.
trying your Checkland beer here.
Wall Street, 1984. Bud Fox. Who played Bud Fox in Wall Street, 1984?
Wall Street, the movie?
Yeah.
What? I mean, Wall Street came out in the later 80s.
Yeah, I thought it was the later 80s. And that was what's his name?
Douglas?
Sorry. Okay. 87. Sorry. 87 Wall Street.
Okay, so we'll have to watch that movie. I don't know who you're talking about.
Bud Fox. It was the main character, Charlie Sheen.
Charlie Sheen. Okay.
Okay, well, what point are you trying to make? Who or what was Bud Fox?
No, it's a play on words with the Bud. Hey, buddy. Doesn't matter. So,
Well, yeah, I mean, okay. So his nickname, he called himself Bud. Okay, that's great. But I mean, I'm talking about in life. People, hey, buddy. It's like they see you as a child. Yeah.
It's different because when older women look down at you, "Oh, hey, buddy, you're my buddy. You're my buddy." Hey, they don't really respect me or take me seriously. I'm just
how does it go? How does it go with younger women with you, Brucey?
How does it go with younger women?
They really don't interact with me or talk with me much.
Really?
Every now and then I'll say something and they'll laugh, but
Really? That's
they
good.
just kind of choose to not engage me.
Bitches. As usual. The invisible pill. The normally invisible pill.
Actually, I'm going to tell a story. My brother might like this. I want to tell a story from my brother's life. He's very worried about being doxxed. I won't give away too much. He used to work for an office supply company, correct?
Yes.
And the store closed down a few years ago. And towards the end, he had a manager and a co-manager who were both born circa 1965, let's say, right?
Yes.
They were, so you have a manager and like a president and vice president born in 1965. My brother was born in 1985. And you had this girl who was born in 1995. It's important you understand. Okay, so
fuel.
You got these guys who are like damn near 60, and you got my brother who's damn near 40. You got this girl who's almost 30. She wasn't fat, but I saw her once. She looked like a librarian. She was ugly, very homely.
Librarian.
Last season,
Yeah.
she was not attractive at all.
Not attractive at all. But these two guys, both born in the 60s, 30 years older than her. They're in their 60s. She's in like pushing 30. They're pushing 60. 30 years difference, could be your father. They began, oh my God.
Stink for her horde.
In fact, my brother decided, since the store is closing, he wasn't going to stay with the company. One day, a manager came in and said, a district manager, higher up, came in and said, "You don't want to stay with us? Oh, well, nice knowing you."
Yeah.
He goes up to the girl. We heard you want to leave. Please stay with us. Please don't leave. Now, this girl did not drive. She did not have a car, did not have a license. The office supply place was close to her house, so she was able to either walk or get a ride there. The next closest place was over 20 miles away. And the two older guys, the two guys born in 1965, these guys are like damn near 60, simping for this bitch, kept begging her, "You can come work at the new store. I'm going to this new store 20 miles away. You can." And you're thinking to yourself, she doesn't drive. It's a minimum wage job. It's not like this is like a minimum wage job. She doesn't drive. Why would she go work 20 miles? But what happened?
The main manager took her over to a restaurant, bought her a very nice lunch, said, "Please come with me to my store. Please work with me. Please help me." The other guy was enamored with her, gave her rides. "Oh, you're so wonderful, wonderful." They didn't give a shit about me.
In fact, what happened? The main manager, he was getting a job at the store 20 miles away. He wanted to give the girl some like top job. He wanted to bring you over as a nobody. And he's like, maybe I can. There's this old guy who works there. Maybe I can fire the old guy and I can give you his position, brother. Click. But girl, I'm going to give you this time. So he was guaranteeing the girl who doesn't drive. He's guaranteeing her like a steady position, co-managerial position. And what happened? One day before the store closed, my brother, born in 1985, these two managers born in 1965, and the girl born in 95. So you got a girl who's almost 30, a guy who's almost 40, and two old men who are pushing 60. What happened? You asked the girl, what happened?
She got upset with me for some reason.
No, you asked her, how's she going to get, you said you don't drive. How are you going to get to this job 20 miles away? What happened?
So a normal question, right?
Yeah.
For a normal human being. Right. How can you get angry at that?
The story, as I recall, is instead of answering, she got very upset. She said, "It's upsetting me." And the two old men immediately jumped, came to her like white knights. I hear a phantom dentist was the stupid term used. Yeah. When my kids get, I hear a phantom dentist. They basically try to trivialize a perfectly normal question like, "You don't drive. The job doesn't pay that much. How are you going to get down there?" It was, and she got so upset. What didn't you have to leave early or something?
I had to go work on the register. They put me on register work, and then every 20 minutes, I would say I have to go to the bathroom. Someone else would come up, and I would go on the floor. But then ultimately, the main manager said, "Oh, you're going to get overtime. We can't pay you. Go home." So I left earlier that day because I was upsetting the bitch they all simped for.
Yeah, and she wasn't even that attractive. Yeah. She was she wasn't fat, but she looked like a librarian. Yeah. Glasses, just greasy hair, just very ugly, face, ugly, plain white girl. And these two old guys, like pathetic fucks, they could be your father. They're 30 years your senior, and they're like, "Well, brother, Click, you don't want to stay with us? Bye. Please don't leave us." The one guy took her out to lunch. The other guy would go take her grocery shopping. It was like, oh my God, yeah. This is a great blackpilling story, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Well, this is what I'm saying. This is what's happening in the UK. The women are getting pumped up into the fucking heaven. Every single manager is a fucking woman in these small, medium-sized businesses, and the white men are getting fucked up. That's the reality.
It is, but hold on. First, this beer kind of sucks. I'll drink it, but it sucks. Yeah. Praga, Czech beer. I love my Danish Pilsner, my Carlsberg. I can't. This is meh. Okay, but you have to understand, in this case, it wasn't.
It's not an isolated case.
No, it's enabling because the two people causing the problem were, like you said, the old guard. Two white men, the manager and the co-manager, born in 1965, about 60 years old, are bending over backwards to simp for this 30-year-old girl who wasn't that good looking. And my brother just like, screw. They weren't hostile, but they're like, screw you. And then when he asked the girl, when he said, "Girl, how are you going to get down there? The other store is 20 miles away. You don't drive. How are you going to get there?" She got all upset. They came to her aid. They said, "You can't work by her today." She was in one department. They moved my brother to the cashier.
What a simple question.
Right, over a simple question. It turns out, in the end, she ended up not going there because it was never practical or realistic. I think we'll ask my brother when he gets back. In the end, she did not end up taking the job.
So OC was right then.
Right. Brother Steve was right. But it's like you're right. He wasn't trying to be malicious. He ended up being right, but he was treated like some kind of criminal. How dare you ask your precious princess a question like that? Yeah.
This is my thing. Now, this is my analogy. when you're a normal dude that's not a Chad, let's say a sub-6, when you enter a room, you're treated like a criminal. It's like you've done some heinous crime.
Right.
Something's way off. I don't know what it is, but that's the reality for most normal men.
Right.
How are you ever going to climb up the corporate ladder when you're treated like a criminal inside the building?
Oh, right? Yeah, and you got, again, with my brother's case, you got a girl who doesn't drive, but they're guaranteeing her a job. With my brother, like, the new manager going to the store 20 miles away. Maybe, brother C, I can get you a job there. It's going to take a while. Give me some time. My brother said, fuck this. He walked. But they were bending over backwards.
How long was Bro C there for? How long was he
when he comes back? My brother was a second, much longer than her. Bro C, maybe we'll get you a job there. If not, oh well. My brother walked. This girl who doesn't drive, can't get down there, too far from her house. They were bending over backwards. They were begging, please come to the store. So when Bro C gets back, you can ask him. He was there for quite a while. He was with that company. He was, by the end, I think he'd been in that location longer than anyone else there. The day he was
hired, the longest serving employee.
All the people who were there on his first day, right? All the people who were there on his first day were long gone. So everyone he wasn't there when the place opened, but all the people who was there on his first day, they eventually left, got transferred, fired, quit. By the end, he was the longest serving person there. He'll tell you when he gets back.
Yeah, is that the only thing that matters? He's the longest serving employee, so he should get the most benefit. He should get the most benefit by right.
How it works. Nope, the two managers really liked this girl. They were fucking 60. She was 30. She could have been their fucking daughter, and they're there. And she was ugly. She wasn't like. Maybe I could forgive it. It's still wrong, but I could forgive it if she was like, Pamela Anderson in her prime. But this girl looked like a fucking librarian. Not fat. I'm not saying she was fat, but she was greasy. She looked like a librarian to me. I'm like, you guys are in your fucking 60s, and you're bending over backwards for a girl who could be your fucking daughter, who isn't really that great a worker, and it's totally impractical for a girl who doesn't drive to come to this stupid job. You're guaranteeing her a job, and you're throwing my brother under the bus. That's exactly what happened.
There's no practicality for your face, right?
No.
Precise. This is what I'm saying. It's gone too far in the UK. But I can only speak from experience, but it seems to have gone too far in the UK where it's jacked up to a level, and people like, do you know who Raymond is?
I think you mentioned him. Tell me. You say
Raymond's very good. I like Raymond. I'll give you a link to his channel.
Well, you told, if anyone else wants to come on and talk to Pike, you told me Raymond he makes good money, but you did a test, him versus DUM, and DUM got more hits than him with women. Women think DUM is more attractive than Raymond, is what you said.
Yeah, I had this Costa Rican chick I'm talking to online, and I'm a Spurg, so I do these.
Well, you're admitting it now. You never used to admit you're a Spurg. Now all of a sudden, I thought, I see Dev Pike could be Spurg. Now all of a sudden, you called others Spurgs. Okay, you're saying you're a Spurg now. Okay, have you been diagnosed? Can't you get with the NHS? Can't you get an official diagnosis?
Yeah, I could. I suppose I can. I suppose I could go the neat bucks. No, I don't know. I'm probably too high.
Even before neat bucks, can't you at least get an Can't you get an official piece of paper like I did from a doctor saying, yes, you officially, according to the Church of Modern Medicine, you have the TISM? Could you do that, or you think you'd qualify?
The point is that you can. Yeah, but we're not like the US. We're being clamped down on, bro. They hate the disabled in the UK. They're actively trying to eliminate them. Especially. Are
you okay, buddy? We'll go 2.5 hours.
Especially men that are have the autistic males. They hate them. There's no support. They don't give a shit. They're not interested. If you're high functioning, they don't give a flying fuck. And also the payment is, you're talking £800 a month or something pathetic. It's
again. I'm not talking about needing. Forget that next step of needing. Just to have a piece of paper so you can say, yes, it's official. Even the church here, the Church of Modern Medicine agrees I'm a Spurg. So forget about needing the 800 quid. I'm talking about, would you want to get a diagnosis just to see if you actually are considered a Spurg, or you're not interested in that?
I suppose I could do, but I probably could get the diagnosis. But I suppose it might help to get jobs, niche jobs, maybe, but definitely not women. You don't want to show that to. No, but I think can Brucey flesh out the story you got? No?
Well, I think we shared the story.
Yeah.
The place closed. My brother said, "Fuck this." The two guys who were damn near 60 are bending over backwards for an ugly librarian girl. They were
Did
really
Brucey say "fuck this" because he was disgusted with these pathetic boomers' actions?
I think that was part of it, not the only reason. What was the main reason? It was still a shit job. If you'd gone to another store, you'd still be getting shit paid to get to travel farther for it. I think so. He said, "Why should I drive another 20 miles if I'm not going to get a raise?"
Yeah.
Because remember, they were trying to get. They said the girl is guaranteed a job even though she doesn't drive. For other Clique you drive, it might take some time for me to get you the job, and when you get it, it's going to be
That's so shit, isn't it?
So I
Someone that drives, no, you don't have a job. Right?
I think I got a place 5 miles from my home. I get shit pay, but it's only 5 miles. You want me to travel 20 miles for the same shit pay?
Yeah.
Fuck this! I got another job. That's ultimately why he left. And the girl, she didn't end up at the end. She didn't drive. You were right. She didn't go to the end.
Yeah.
And what happened? You did go. My brother did go back. Like I said, there were two managers: the main manager and the co-manager.
It's all messed up.
You went to go visit the main manager in the new store, and what happened? He was all like, "You surprised?
Yeah.
Oh, what happened? You didn't come, and the girl didn't come, and no one wants to talk to you."
He had like a barbecue or something, and because the girl was being a cunt to me, I didn't want to go. And
Right, the main manager had a private barbecue after hours. Let's have a barbecue. And my brother said, the girl was a cunt, and you all took her side. I'm not going to your fucking barbecue. So you didn't go.
Yeah, the co-manager picked her up and drove her down there. They had a nice little barbecue. I didn't want to go there because she was being a cunt to me. And I talked with him, and we got along. We were kind of friendly. But
Didn't he say something like he was surprised no one keeps in touch with him? He was all like,
correct. Like once the store closed, everyone went their own ways. It was over.
Did he ask you why you didn't come to the barbecue?
No, he didn't. He understood.
He understood.
He said, "Yeah."
And Jim said to him, "Look, why did you take that girl's side?" I asked her a simple question. You didn't go there?
I didn't go there. No.
But he understood.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's the difference. OC would have gone there.
No, but if I went to go visit him, I would say to him, "Hey, man, I asked the girl a simple question. I would bring
You have gone there.
and he got defensive, and he want to get. That's part of the reason why people hate me. I would say if I were my brother, I would say I wouldn't go to the barbecue. Fuck that. I'd say I asked the girl a simple question. Why did you act like I was a monster? I didn't come on to her. I didn't touch her. I didn't say anything inappropriate. I said, how are you going to get down there? She doesn't drive. Why did you do that? And the manager would get defensive and say, I hate you. You fucking suck. That's why because I would call him out. I'd say, well, yeah.
They were willing to pick her up and take her down.
But I would have said, why are you going bending over backwards to that girl? I asked her a simple fucking question. I would be very confrontational, not overly fuck you, more like hey, what was that about, man? And I'd get probably met with hostility.
Yes.
They would suddenly turn hostile because I'm calling them out on their bullshit, and they don't like that. That's the difference. My brother was all nicey nice, didn't bring up the barbecue. I'd bring it up. I'd say, I didn't go to that barbecue because I don't look at that fucking cunt who you guys bent over backwards for. You fucking old men sipping for some ugly little girl. I would have been more, I probably would have been more.
And that's exactly how I am as well.
Yeah.
And that's why we don't get on. Because we tell the truth.
Yes.
That's the reality of it. But that doesn't necessarily mean you're an autist, in my opinion.
But you just said you were a Spurg. Now you're saying you're not a Spurg.
But you've forgotten the messages that I sent you where I'm so distasteful at these normies and the kind of mindless conformity they've got that I want to be classed as Spurg because I don't want to be associated with this normie tunnel vision eating the shit media that's doled out to them.
I agree. But if I had the money, I would buy a Tesla sedan.
But then you're going to go straight to the top of the knowing.
I admit, normies, I would say, you know what? I have the money, millionaire. I'm going to buy a Tesla because it's new. I would buy it for that novelty value, not because everyone's getting a Tesla. I would say, I've heard of Ford, I've heard of Chrysler, I've heard of Honda. What the fuck's a Tesla?
Yes.
Let me buy one. What the hell? It's brand new.
Else.
I would buy it for the novel value. But yes. So like a normie, I would buy a Tesla.
Treat yourself, OC. Be a normie for one day.
I can't afford a Tesla. I'm not normal. I don't have a normie salary. I can't afford a Tesla. But yeah.
Why not? That's the ultimate alternative move. Buy a Tesla when you're a Spurg. Precisely. Absolutely bang on. No, there's nothing worse than being a normie. That's probably a fate worse than death, I would say. I would say this is a fate worse than. Maybe it's good that you're not because you've escaped the kind of. I think you don't think about it.
No. Wait, stop. This is why Todd is my hero. He's escaped. He's a neat. He's like a millionaire. A millionaire doesn't have to worry about taxes. A millionaire doesn't have to worry about paying. Right. He's effectively, if you can't be a millionaire or a billionaire, he's the next best thing. He doesn't have to worry about. He doesn't have to go to work, but he's still going to have a house and a roof and food and clothing and running water and internet.
It's all paid for.
Yes. Me, I still got to go out there and deal with these normies, which is hence why I want to neat. You understand?
Okay. Yeah, I agree with that.
Todd is my hero for that very reason. I want to be what he is. I'm not there yet.
Yeah, you emulate Todd the God, but what? I think you can get there.
Very condescending. How dare you blaspheme my Lord and Savior? Okay.
No, I said Todd the God. That's not blasphemy.
You said it condescendingly. Todd the God. I heard.
No, that's my accent.
I heard some sarcasm in there.
No, wait. That's my pathetic English accent. The drawl.
Okay.
Anyway, so I think the problem is I'm more nuanced. Well, maybe I've got a nuanced approach. I think there's a few ways you can get to your nirvana where you don't have to be a normie of Normieville.
Okay.
I think you can get it two ways. Your neat bucks, yes, I agree, very good. Lowest effort, but good. But you can get to another way. If you really spurg out in an area, like let's say you're a great plumber, a great electrician, so you get a really niche skill that's highly valued.
Well, yes,
really
that's how
valued. Accountant.
Stop.
And you go part time.
That's how. Let me stop. A lot of spurgs, most spurgs are talentless. We're not all geniuses. The spurgs who make it, if you really believe Elon Musk is a spurg, they have some skill, some special thing that even though people think they're fucking weirdos, people will tolerate them because they have that one. They're putting up with them because they have that one thing. Most spurgs do not have that one thing. Hence the neat bucks route. But you're saying, what if I magically develop some skill that people love me for or really need me for? Yeah, I agree with you, but I have no such skill. I'm not,
Yes, that's true. But the point is that you've never been. Yeah, but this goes back to the environment and the nurture, right? Because we're so undervalued, because the white man is so undervalued, you're not shown the way to do it. You've got to manufacture everything for yourself, right? So you might have proficiencies in or whatever area, right? Mine's accounting, right? So
But is it you want to be an accountant, but you can't get a job? Is it because you're the white man, or you're not as good as you want to be? If you were a whiz accountant, I'm not trying to knock you. I'm just saying if you were some kind of prodigy, people would look aside and would discount your problematic social behavior. But if you're not a prodigy, you end up like you're almost in the same boat as me. You're working at a pub. You're trying to get an accounting job, which is probably going to fail. Basically, you're like most spurgs. We're all like 99% of us are on a bottom rung, like a rat's waistcoat, or whatever you said. So
no, I'm not saying that I'm above you. I'm just saying that the rat's waistcoat analogy. Yeah, I like that. But I'm not even. No, I'm nowhere near where I need to be. I'm still learning, and also it's.
And you claim you're 35, so you're closer to 40 now, and you're still not where you need to be. I mean, regardless of what like my shrink, he's in his 70s. He's always like, "You're so young." I said, "Yeah, compared to you." To you, I'm young, but I'm fucking 40. I'm 44, actually. I'm 40, going to be 44. The point is, I'm in my 40s. You're fucking 72, 73. So, yeah, I look young to you. But you really got to make it in your 20s, maybe extreme early 30s. If you're my age and still fucked, you're probably fucked for life at this point, I'd imagine. And you're in that territory. I wish you the best.
No, I agree.
If you really are 35, you're getting towards fuck territory. But, yeah, okay.
No, yeah, I agree. I'm not saying this I've made it. I'm saying this is a method out. And also... I'm being an accountant is not the end goal. It's being a self-employed, that you didn't help. You didn't
right to be self-employed. First time, spurgdom is fake. It's invented because stupid people, the normies, don't want to feel inferior to smarter. Okay, then that's what spurgdom is. It's not fake. It's just what the normies call being smarter and more advanced. Okay, fair enough. But we can't function in life dealing with these stupid people. So whatever you want to call it, spurgdom is the name we use. So you're admitting, Totem, there's something there. It's fake. It's really this. There's a this. There's something there. So Totem, you're actually admitting that yes, spurgdom is real. Whatever you want to say it is, it just means some people are smarter. The stupid people can't get it. Okay, that's what I am. A spurg. I'm above the stupid people, and I can't make it with them, and it's affecting my ability to live. However you want to define it, you're saying you're actually admitting that spurgdom is real.
Yes.
I know he's a contrarian, but I wanted to address that point.
Anyway, the point is that
Hatch destroyed by force. Yeah, okay. Yeah. The guy who says Spurgeon isn't real, but I'm a Spurg because the guy at the Air Force office told me I might be. Yeah, it's DBF. Yeah. Okay, good one, Totem. All right. What are you saying?
Totem isn't worth. Yeah.
No, he's not.
Interesting. No, but my point is the end goal is not doing the accounting. Like you said, I'm learning the accounting. Right. I'm skilling up in this area.
You told me you were no.
I might not be that good at. Right.
I told you on Discord I was going to stream. You said, great, I'll be there. You came an hour late. You don't have to be here. But then you're like, I have to repeat myself. And you said to me, well, I can't go back and watch an hour's with the stream. I said, yeah, but you had a heads up. You knew I was going to stream. You chose not to be here. And the reason you chose not to be here, you were applying for accounting jobs, which I don't think are independent accounting jobs. You were applying to go from being a pub worker to being someone's accounting worker. I believe you were looking for accounting jobs, which is why you missed the first hour of the stream. Is that correct?
True, but yeah, the point is that the road is winding and long, as you know, with everything, right? So I've got to get these low-level accounting jobs to get the experience to then do self-employment, right? I've got to learn the ropes, yeah?
Right. But you got
at a lower level.
You're 35.
Which, by the way, I can't even get a fucking job because...
Exactly. You're 35, working in a pub. You need to get an accounting job at the lower levels to work your way up to be independent. Okay, so you're not even at the working for an accounting firm stage yet. How long is it going to take you to get that accounting job? How long is it going to take you to get independent as an accountant? Buddy, you falling asleep already?
Oh, okay.
These streams really do tire him out. I think the pills are affecting him. I think the pills are kicking in.
I do feel a little
The
weird.
drugs don't work. They just make you worse. I hope you'll see your face.
I don't like the drugs, but the drugs like me. Don't like the drugs, I was never a Marilyn Manson fan, but I always loved that song from when I was a teenager. I don't like the drugs, but the drugs like me. Don't like the drugs. I think the drugs are catching up with Brother Clique.
Anyway, I think the mixing of the drugs with alcohol is probably affecting you. Okay. Anyway,
Absolutely. I'm not denying that. I agree.
But anyway, which is a big no-no. But anyway, the point is that the end goal is a self-employment because you eliminate the fucking normie cunt.
Oh, hold on. Even though I'm not a Manson fan, Don't Like the Drugs is a good song, but I remember when it came out. You're a couple years, here's age. You remember. We're all stars now in the dope show. We're all stars now in the dope show. They love you. They love you when you're on all the covers. When you're not, then they love another. We're all stars now in the dope show. Lots of pretty ones wanna get you high.
All the pretty ones will leave you alone and blow your mind.
Cops and queers make good-looking models. We have to have a little singing session. Okay.
To swim, you
Have to swallow. I did love that song. I'm not a Manson fan. Don't Like the Drugs is good. Dope Show. That was a fucking phenomenal song. Anyway. You might be too young to remember it, Danny, but okay, let's go. What's going on?
What about the beautiful people? The beautiful people.
Yeah, that's not bad either. Okay, maybe I like Manson more than I realized. The beautiful people. Oh, the beautiful people. I don't want you. I don't need you. Okay, maybe I like Manson more than I realized. I was never like a Manson fanatic, but maybe he had better songs. Him and his band. The band was actually called Marilyn Manson. Maybe they did a few good songs. Yeah, okay. Manson had some
beautiful people. The beautiful people.
Oh. And I don't want you, and I don't need you. Oh, yeah. Okay. I like Manson more than I realized. Okay.
Yes.
By the way, Totem's also retarded. The Eurythmics sang Sweet Dreams.
I remember Manson.
The Eurythmics did Sweet Dreams.
You're correct. No. Sweet dreams are made of these. Who am I to disagree? Travel the world. That was by the Eurythmics. Manson did a cover. The song itself sucked. I think the video, he was going for shock value.
Yes.
In the video, he was riding a pig.
And covered in mud.
Right. So he was going for shock value, but no, his cover sucks. The original is better. So you're both right.
You're right. He says nothing about it.
Sweet Dreams is originally by the Eurythmics, but Manson, I remember when I was like 15, 16, Manson did a cover. I remember riding a pig. It was all for shock value. The video was more entertaining than the song itself. His cover sucked. The song itself sucked. I'd rather hear the Eurythmics, but okay.
Beautiful people, the beautiful people.
Yes, I like the beautiful people. I like Dope Show. I like Don't like the drugs for me. What's someone fight song? I'm not a god for a. I don't want to serve a god who doesn't exist. I'm not a slave for. Yeah, Manson had a few. Okay,
Yes.
I like Manson more.
By the
than
way, Totem's the kind of guy to get it completely wrong, then claim that he's trolling. Right? It's pathetic. Right. The guy's an idiot. Right. I literally don't read what I can't read what he's saying because it's so much nonsense. That's how much I value. He doesn't exist.
But he is like a broken clock. He's part right. Whether he's trolling or not, Manson didn't write Sweet Dreams. That was the remix, but he definitely. I remember he covered it.
Yes.
The song itself, his cover song, sucked, but the video was controversial. It's black and white. He's riding a pig. He's in mud, but his eyes are blue. It's like it was a controversial video in its era. But the song, his cover song itself, it was more for the video than for the fucking song. Yeah, the song itself, I would skip her. I would skip it. I wouldn't listen to his version. Yeah.
Maybe Manson was blackpilled. The beautiful people. Right?
No, I don't think so because apparently a few years back, Manson got in some trouble with some police, and he said something like, "I'm a famous rock star," and they were too young. These young cops had no idea who he was, and people were saying online, does Manson think it's still 1997? I mean, like, so Manson's kind of delusional. I think he still thinks he is what he is, 25 years ago, which he's not.
Really? He tried to use the celebrity part.
Yes, I'm a famous rock star, and they're like, "Who are you?" I'm a 19-year-old rookie cop. I've never heard of Marilyn Manson.
Crazy. He wasn't even that. Well, he was quite big. Yeah, he's not exactly.
He got attention. No, I remember I was a teenager at the time. He got attention in his era for sure.
He's not like a Pink Floyd. He's not. Massive.
No, I wouldn't. No, I would never put him on a level like that. He's not some brilliant anything, but he had his moments. He had a few good songs. Yeah, a few gems. We're winding down. I'm gonna take a piss.
Yes.
By the way,
you're getting tired. Dev, talk to Brother Clique. I'll be right back. And I got a bathroom.
Does Brother Clique want to talk to me?
I do. How did it go with that barista who puts hearts in your coffee?
Yes.
Did you go on any dates? Do you see her?
Okay, I'm gonna make another yeah, there's another round to this shit.
Okay.
I think she went to it's obvious that she's fully bought into the kind of holiday find your Chad meme, right?
Yeah, okay.
What is going on holiday code for these millennials and zoomers?
I don't even know, but was she sincerely interested in you, or were you just option B or C? So she's going out with a Chad. Did you ever go out with her? Did you ever talk to her in depth? What happened?
Basically, what happened is that she's posted another thing on Facebook about her going on holiday in Greece. She fully buys the holiday meme, and then she came back and then briefly said hello, but didn't say anything about the holiday to me.
Okay, so she went on a holiday looking for Chads. And
yes,
I'm guessing she didn't find any. She did not get the attention she wanted.
Maybe she did. You never know, by the way.
But what about with you? Did she ever go out with you? Did you ever have a date? Did you ever talk with her in depth? What's your current status with her?
This is before the holiday, but I did talk to her in depth a couple of times. It was
okay. So you guys went out. Where did you?
No.
Where did you talk in depth? At her coffee shop?
Yeah, just at the job.
Okay.
Yeah, he works in a pub.
No,
I've got nowhere.
Okay,
I've got nowhere.
All right, so you've had some deep conversations with her, but you've never gone out to dinner, out to lunch, or dancing. You never had a date with her.
There is no coffee for your face. Right.
Oh, no, but
That doesn't answer the question. You're saying it's impossible. If you know it's futile, then why are you? Yeah.
Does she want to go out with you, or is she still hoping for a Chad Light? I mean, what's the situation?
National Lampoon. I like that horsehead. That's
I
good.
like this. I actually like this. Yes, it's a matinee.
Yes.
He's off on a Saturday. We said, let's stream early. I was supposed to clean the bathroom and cook a lasagna, but okay. So yeah, we're doing it a bit earlier.
Yeah.
Welcome, Parker Peters. We've been on for about 2.5 hours.
Yes.
We're probably going to wind it down soon.
Perhaps, yeah.
But my brother, it's actually good. Now,
Yeah, I know.
Jeff
So,
Pike, you're
again,
right.
again.
If it's going somewhere, we should keep going.
She put hearts in your coffee. You thought she was interested. She went away to Greece on a holiday to find some Chad Lights.
Precisely. Yeah, that's it. She railed.
banned by Mikos.
No. It sounds like it didn't work out. She tried her best, but she got nothing. So now she's back making her coffee. When are you guys going to go out?
Oh, you think
Is that going to happen?
No,
I don't-
I think he's option C. I think she still longs for Chad and Chad Lights. She went to Greece, had a nice holiday. She didn't get any action, so now she's back home in England.
How did she not get action? I
Yeah.
saw a picture of this alleged girl.
Oh, you did?
She looks, the girl, he showed me a picture. She looks like that actress on that show Revenge. Remember that girl?
Yeah, I want to see the picture.
Yeah.
Where's this picture?
I think it's on Discord somewhere.
Yeah, Van Camp.
Don't talk. That's not fair.
Emily Van
You're
Camp.
gonna-
Damn.
Yeah, the girl.
Yeah, she's fucking
the
gorgeous.
picture you.
By the way, Horsehead's right. She definitely got.
Right now, I can't find the picture. He showed me a picture of this alleged barista,
Yeah.
and I remember thinking she looks a lot like that actress from that TV show. Let me show you. This isn't the girl,
Yeah.
but the girl that he showed me looks a lot like this. Here she is. This actress
Yeah.
by the name of Emily Van Camp.
Wow, yeah, okay.
So this is what he's claiming the girl looks like.
Yes.
She went to Greece but didn't get any action. Like
had some hairy Greek or some hairy Turk plow her. You're saying she got action? I don't think she got action. I think she failed, and now she's back, and she's looking to you just to have a little bit of something. So tell us, what are you going to
Well,
do?
first, do you agree? Does
Okay.
this? Hold on, where is it?
Does the actress Emily Van Camp look like your? Is this a close
Yeah,
resemblance?
is this because the girl you showed me looked kind of like this? Am I in the ballpark? Oh shit! Sorry, I was clicking buttons. Does the girl you showed me look similar? Actually, you can pull up her picture. Pull
Yeah.
up a picture of the barista girl. She reminded me of this actress, Emily Van Camp. The girl you showed me looked a lot like Emily Van Camp.
I'm going to
telling
show
me-
you. Wait there. I'm going to show you the screenshot that sunk my.
Hold on, you're telling me this girl went to Greece and did not get banged by Mikos?
No, she got banged.
And how do you know that? You're just assuming that? Do you know that for a fact?
No, I'm pretty.
If she wanted to, she probably could.
If she
The
looks
white,
like
no,
that-
wait there. Just think about it. The white woman can't lose. They're on tutorial mode, bro.
That's correct. She put a heart in his coffee and the cups of others, and he was asking Xenesis, "Does this mean she likes me?" You know, like, careful, the pies are hot. I went to the McDonald's and the girl said, "Careful, the pies are hot." Does that mean she likes me? I had a similar moment at a dentist office with the girl, but the point is,
Come on.
Yeah,
man,
I know.
Show us. This
show us,
girl.
share a picture of the girl.
Yeah,
herself.
okay, that's
She's
it.
never going to see this. Wait, this is it. Wait, I'm trying to look here. No, this isn't the picture you showed me. You showed me one of her sitting at a table.
Come on.
But that's it. But that's her. But look,
I can't really see her that well. Give us the table picture. Come on, this isn't good enough.
am I allowed to do this? Is this toxic? You're toxic. Yeah, you bastard.
That's right. Now, she's never known this. All your life you've never seen a woman taken by the wind. Would you
Wait
stay
there,
if she
I'm getting
promised you heaven? Would you ever win?
Show us a better picture.
Rihanna. No, show us that picture you sent me. She was sitting at a table smiling. She looked like Emily Van Camp, the actress.
Show us the table picture. Show us that table picture. Come on, Dev. Help us out. Let us know. No, that's not good enough.
Wait there. I'm doing it,
The
man.
picture you showed me, she was sitting at a table smiling.
Show us the table picture. Come on, Dev. Don't be afraid.
No, don't be silly. That's Horsehead's wife.
No,
Don't be silly.
No.
Don't be silly. Do you even know this girl? There's some random girl. There's probably some random girl. You don't know her. You've never met this girl. Okay. Is there even a barista to begin with?
Wait
If
there,
there
wait
is,
there,
she's
wait
probably
there.
some fat, frumpy, ugly bitch.
I know what's going
Even
on
the ugly
here.
girls don't want you. You're showing me a picture of beautiful Rhiannon here. Emily
Wait there.
Van
Calm
Camp.
down.
Rhiannon, Cameron Clark. Yeah.
Come on, show us the picture at the table. Do it. Do it right now.
Do it.
Right now.
Rhiannon, Fleetwood Mac. Rhiannon. Yeah.
Yes, come on, Dev.
She
Wait,
lives
that-
her life like a bird in flight, and who will be the
pretty sure that
lover? All your life you've never seen a woman taken by the wind. Would you stay if she promised you heaven? Would you ever win? Will you ever win? Rhiannon. You know Fleetwood Mac, Rhiannon?
Yes.
The Welsh,
Wait there,
that
I'm
was the
getting
Welsh, a famous Welsh witch from legend. Rhiannon, the Welsh witch. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm coming. I'm doing it.
Where's the fucking picture of the one you showed me?
Come on, Dev. Don't screw with us. Just show us the picture.
I'm not going to go on Discord. I'll have to go back through Discord, see if I can find it. If you can delete it. Yeah, you show me a picture.
Wait there.
Do it.
It's just
Dev.
1 minute more.
Come on, do it. Do it.
Great song.
Yes. Yes, it is.
It's coming in a minute.
Man, she is the darkness. Find starlight, and when the sky is starlit,
I've already sent it.
you've never seen. This is the picture. Okay. First of all, before I show the picture, leave that up. Let me show Emily Van Camp. There's an actress, Canadian actress named Emily Van Camp, and that's exactly who this barista chick looks like to me. What's a good comparable picture, buddy, of Emily Van Camp? What's a good one I should pick?
Scroll down a bit more. I think that one.
Okay. All right. So first, I'm going to show. Hold on. How do I open image in new tab? There we go. That's what I want to do. Give me. I'm going to show Emily Van Camp. And I'm going to show your barista girl. Why is this not opening? Here we go. Let me show Emily Van Camp.
I don't think she looks that much like her, but anyway. She's not as thin as.
Okay, so this is Canadian actress Emily Van Camp, who's a little older now. She's a bit older now. I get it, but
I think she's leaner.
Right. So this is the actress. This is your girl Rhiannon. I definitely see a resemblance.
Oh yeah, well, wow. Oh man, that's a good-looking girl. Damn, Dev, you got to make your move.
That's the actress, a bit older now.
Yeah.
She's older. That's the actress Emily Van Camp, and this is Rhiannon Cameron Clark. Okay, I see a resemblance.
Oh damn, Dev, you got to do something.
You're saying this is her. This
I can't really even see that. I don't know who that is.
Is this? Okay. She reminds me very younger and prettier. But the actress Emily Van Camp, there's a similarity. Emily, in her prime, she was hot. I would have fucked her. So yeah, she reminds me. Rhiannon reminds me of Emily.
There's no, you don't understand how the sexual marketplace works. If you're saying she's cute, then I'm fucked. There's no way.
Okay, but if that's the case, and you know that, then why were you hitting up Zenesis for dating advice? Chad Preet, tell me, can I get the girl? Does she like me? Why were you basically effectively you were simping for Zenesis, hoping to give you some dating advice? If you know it's futile, then why were you simping for Zenesis, trying to get information on how to get this girl? I mean, explain.
Because every man copes, bro.
Right?
Dev, you gotta shoot your shot. See if it's anything. Just say, hey, you've been putting hearts in my coffee. I'm interested in you. Let's go out. Ask her out. See what happens. I mean, she's probably going to say no. I mean, we all kind of know that, but just do it.
We all kind of know that.
Just go for it, man.
My brother, I'm black pilled. My brother's more red pilled. He's giving you the red pill advice. He says it's probably not going to work, but you should go for it. I think it's over. He's red pilled. I'm black pilled. Yeah.
Just see what she says and come stream and tell us about it. I mean, look at that. Damn. Emily Van Camp and this fucking random.
Trying to find a good one of Van Camp.
That silver dress, that's pretty good. I mean, oh man, yeah. Oh.
Buddy,
come on, Dev.
Calm down, buddy.
Dev, come on, man. Dev, go for it. Just see what happens. Let us know.
I think there's 100% chance, like you said, of failure. So I mean, why not?
Even if you fail, tell us about the failure.
Here we go,
and we'll help you go.
Emily Van Camp, the actress, reminds me of your barista girl. Yeah, I see a similarity for sure. That's the first thing I thought of. She looks like Emily Van Camp. I see it. See that? That's who you know. That's the actress. Here's your.
And you can buy her for only $3 for a year. Did you see that, Emily Van Camp? $3 a year. That's pretty cheap. Go back to Van Camp.
I got a freaking ad. Okay.
Only $3 for 1 year. Nice, good offer, right?
Good offer.
That's a good offer. Yeah.
Deal won't last. It won't last long. It will not last long. How do I open this in its own?
And that's bro. See in the background, he's turned from that to the lean man. Right.
Come on.
No, but
go.
Yeah, I mean, it's never going to work, is it? But like you said, if I get another job lined up, I will actually shoot my shot. But
come on, don't give us that.
Wait a minute.
Just go do it.
Wait there.
Am I the only one? Am I the one who sees the resemblance? I think this is the barista girl, Rhiannon Cameron Clark.
She looks a lot
like Canadian actress Emily Van Camp. I see the resemblance here.
I do. Yes, I see it too. Can you do two pictures at once?
Maybe. I don't know. Okay, no. Anyway, what are you saying? So you think this hot actress chick wants to date you? You must be Chad Light.
Yeah, I know.
Or you got a lot of money. You got a fucking. You got what do you call it? A cricket bat in your pants. And she's really. Why do you think I wouldn't have a chance? I would never have a chance with Emily Van Camp.
That's what I'm saying.
Or this bitch, and I wouldn't go to Zenesis how do I get this girl? Give me some dating advice. I wouldn't do that. Why did you do that is my question.
But you did, so you have to use it. Go out and try. Come on, Dev Pike.
By the way, I like Horsehead's comment's good. I just got an accounting job, bro. That was swinging. Nice one. Yeah, right. That's good. No, but
wait, stop it. No, he was wrong. She didn't say no at first. You never asked. There never was a first time.
Yeah,
he's wrong. Horsehead is wrong. There never was a first time. You never made the move, did you?
Wait,
you never made. So Horsehead is wrong. There was no first time.
Yes. Yeah. Give us the first.
Do you remember the first time? No, but remember, I don't like the tats either, but I've got to work there surrounded by women. If I come into her and she's hostile, I've lost my job for sure.
But my question, if you know this, then what were you trying to get as Genesis? I mean, you were trying to.
It's all practice, right?
No, I don't get it. Practice.
No, it is practice.
You're asking Chad Preet. He would, if he worked there, he'd probably be banging her in the back room. I can see this girl like being into brown guys.
Yes.
He'd be banging her in the closet. But why did you think you had a chance? Now all of a sudden you're acting like you don't have a chance. But you were very desperate for Genesis to fill you in on. Do I have a chance?
I have a chance.
Yeah. Do I have a chance?
No. Yeah, I wanted to know from Genesis: is it actually a chance on? You've got Bigfoot. Bigfoot's in.
No, Bigfoot's Todd. Bigfoot's not coming. Where's my cell phone? I'll call this. Where's my cell phone?
I have no idea.
I had it here a minute ago. I showed you the picture.
Yeah.
You've lost it yourself. Is it in the kitchen?
Oh, here it is. No, it's on top of the print.
Buddy.
We're drunk. We're tired. We took pills.
Yes.
We don't know where to go.
The blue and yellow purple pills, right?
Yes.
And then. Anyway,
Yeah,
I agree.
I'm sorry, Horsehead, are you streaming? I'll come check out your streams. I think I'm subscribed to you, but I did not get a notification.
No.
If you're streaming. Freudian slip.
Somebody's drunk.
If you're and pilled.
Yeah.
And so, if you're streaming, I'll check out your. I had no idea you were streaming, Horse. Why didn't you mention it?
Yeah,
Horse,
no.
why didn't you mention it? Yeah, Horsehead, why didn't you mention it, asshole?
Yeah.
Anyway, this is Canadian actress Emily Van Camp, who, in my opinion, looks a lot like Rhiannon Cameron Clark, who is the barista girl who puts hearts in Dev Pike's coffee.
Come on, Dev, go for it.
And you were asking Genesis, why don't you go for it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but wait there. But putting I mean, it might be delusional, but she still put a heart in the coffee, right? So that's something positive.
Right,
I know that sounds
but
ridiculous.
Hold on. The question becomes: is it just for you, or does she give everybody a heart, or every other person a heart, or she gives everyone an image and she gives you a generic heart? I mean, it sounds like she gives everybody something.
Yeah, but if you get a heart every single time, right?
Well, doesn't she give everybody something every single time?
They don't give them a heart. She doesn't give them a heart every time. No.
Okay, well, I want to see. Tell you what, you stick around. Let's
get dumb on the live.
Nuts. He won't come on the stream, I don't think, because he's got.
Why not?
He's got a tether, but I'll call him. He doesn't have internet. He's got to tether his phone. I'll see if he wants to talk to you. I'd love to hear the two of you talk. If he answers, we know he's around. We know he's not doing do it yourself because he's here talking to me on the stream and the chat. So we know he's around. If he doesn't answer, we know he's avoiding you, Dev. Danny.
Yeah, he hates me.
James to talk to Danny. He's not.
Yeah,
answering.
Forwarded to an automatic voice message.
He hates me.
James Moore is not available.
James Moore doesn't want to talk to Danny. Look at that. What an asshole. Wow.
See,
I told you just for a couple minutes, but wow.
I told you.
I'd love to hear the two of you talk and about, your
Try again. Let's see how much he hates
me. I can try again. He's in the chat. He can speak for himself. Why didn't he answer? He doesn't want to talk to Dev Pike. Or Clique or Brother Clique. He doesn't want to talk to any of us. He's a piece of shit.
Yes.
He's a piece of shit.
By the way, can I ask Bruce C, what were your experiences with women? Did anyone do the heart and the coffee? Did that happen?
I'd say same shit. No girlfriend. You had a few girls. You had nothing,
girls,
nothing like no long term. Yeah,
nothing.
Someone wants to come on. Call again.
They never wanted to be my girlfriend. They hung out with me, and we spent some time and did some stuff.
Girls actually liked him a lot. They thought he was funny and cute, but they never wanted to be his girlfriend. They don't want to be seen with him like full time. You know what I mean?
Bruce C is an intellectual giant. They don't understand.
Yes, he's the smartest one here. Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Dev. I love you.
We're really getting drunk here.
Yes, we are.
Call him again. Call Dumb
Do
again.
you really want to? Should we call him? Ask brother. Let's ask. You say call. I'm on the fence. Bro C.
Call him again.
Okay, we're calling him again because Bro C wants.
I do. I want to talk to James.
Do I have to ban or not ban? But do I have to time out Run and Gun because he's one of your buddy DBF?
Run and bum. Time out. Run and bum.
He's one of Destroyed by Foids' people. I'm like, why? And I told DBF, please don't encourage people to come here. DBF brought in a bunch of people, and they're all assholes. And most of them are gone now. Run and Gun is the one who won't go away. I really can't stand DBF's people. He didn't do me any favors. Anyone connected to DBF has been a disaster. That's all I can say. All right. Because I spoke to Dumb the other night. He's calling me. Yeah, I spoke to Dumb the other night, but my brother wasn't here. So now you can speak to me, my brother, and Dev Pike. Hello.
Hello, James. How you doing?
How low is that, bro?
Hello.
And Dev Pike and I see what's up, guys.
How are you?
Hello.
Good to talk to you
Are
again.
you laughing at me?
Yeah. So
He is.
too.
He's mocking you. He thinks you're a joke. Hey, Dumb, what do you think? My comparison: the Canadian actress Emily Van Camp and this pretty girl barista that puts hearts in. Yeah, I mean, I see the resemblance. I'm like, I'd love for some actress to want to date me, but okay.
Yeah, I see the resemblance. They look similar. Sure. I used to have the hots for Emily Van Camp. I mean, I guess we all did. But when she was on the doctor show,
She's gotten older now, but she's a good-looking bitch in her prime. I'd fight.
Yeah, she was on The Resident.
And that's the thing. Let me say real quick. When those two old guys in their 60s were simping over that librarian girl, even though it's wrong, I could understand if the girl looked like this or if she looked like this.
It's only right when you say that.
I actually got a picture of her. She was so fucking ugly and plain and homely. They were treating this ugly bitch as if she was this. You know what I mean? So anyway, Anyway, what's up, Dub?
So she's better looking than the librarian, right?
Oh, absolutely. The barista and Emily Van Camp are 1,000 times better looking than the girl from your job. Buddy, you're right. You falling asleep? Okay. I gotta make a lasagna soon.
Yeah.
That means I have zero. Okay, should I ask?
Go ahead, Dumb. You're being overpowered. What do you want to say?
No, I was just saying your brother really likes this chick.
Well, Emily Van Camp, yeah, she's hot. She's an actress. But Danny's barista girl looks a lot like her. But anyway, go ahead. You talk to Danny for a bit. Brother, Clique, are you falling asleep? Should I?
I'm kind of tired.
Should I start? Should I put the lasagna in? Or
But wait, you're tired, but it's only, what is it? What time is it there? It's only like 4
o'clock. It's 6 o'clock. He's tired because
pills and alcohol.
Pills, alcohol, and I honestly think streaming tires him out.
It does, yeah. But I'm okay.
Battle
Here's
through.
what we're gonna do. Stop.
Battle through.
Talk to Dumb and Dev Pike. I'll be right back.
Hey,
Dumb, what shot do I have out of 100 with this barista girl, in your opinion?
It's probably incredibly low, but just do
incredibly low.
Shoot your shot. Just try it.
You're really building me up. Dumb, build me up.
If says no, she says no. Tell us about it. But what if she says yes? Let's go out, have some ice cream or whatever. You could have a chance to spend.
I'd eat her ice cream for sure. I would eat her ice cream.
Yeah, I know. You eat a lot of her stuff, and so would I. I mean, she's a good-looking girl. I mean, congratulations.
Like vanilla ice cream or what? Magnum?
No, I mean, she puts hearts in your coffee. Maybe she does that for everyone, but you got to make it clear. You got to say, hey, I've been coming here now for over a year. Let's go have lunch. Get a lunch date. Just do lunch. Nothing super serious. Sit down with her, have a nice meal, chit-chat, talk, and then come and stream and tell us about it. We need to know if...
I tell you what, I'll bring her on stream, right? Yeah.
If she wants to, that would be great. You can stream yourself. I think James Moore would love to see that. Hey, James, talk to us.
Yeah, I would.
Do you want to see Dev Pike go on a date with this girl?
I would love to see that, and I agree with you 100%.
Yeah, I know. Come on, Dev Pike. Don't be your friend. Timid. Just go do it. Just go shoot your shot and do it. The worst thing she can say no.
Now, Brother Clique, if the roles were reversed, if this was the girl you had the hots for, would you do it?
Yes, good.
Without a doubt, I would say, "Hey, baby, I'm interested in you. Let's go out." She's gonna say no because I'm a weak little manlet. Women.
Both these on fire in the street.
Fire. I know.
But what about this? What about this for a line? You know, she makes my coffees, right? And she puts hearts in it. What about I say, you've made so many coffees for me. Why can't I buy you a coffee
or an ice cream or
is that good or not? Is that bad?
Yeah,
does that have zero risk?
No, that's great. You can just say, hey, sweetheart, I've been coming here for over a year. You put hearts in my coffee. I want to return the favor. I want to buy you a nice lunch or a nice dinner. Let's go out. See what she says. If she says no, you come back here, you stream with us. Oh, that fucking cunt rag said no. What a stupid bitch. Or she says yes, you go out, you have a nice time.
Bruce is the star of the show.
You have nothing to lose. You're an equal loser who lives alone and does nothing. Fucking just do it. Just go for it. Just say, hey, baby.
Oh, I'm
hey, baby.
I'm preheating the oven. I'm going to throw in a pre-made lasagna. I'll show you.
Okay, yeah. Go for it. And you don't necessarily have to stream the date. Just talk to us a day or two later. Oh, yeah, that broad who put hearts in my coffee. Yes, yeah, I went out with her. Or you can come back and say, she said no, the black pill is real. I mean,
the black pill is real.
This is up to you. This is a big chance. Just shoot your shot. Say, hey, honey, I like you. I want to go out and just go out.
Dom, are you still there?
Yeah.
All right.
He's loving it.
I walked away. I took a piss, got a beer, preheated the oven. Let's not ignore our guest, Dumb. We got to give everyone a good time.
No, that's fine. I'm having a blast listening to Brother Clique. I like his
okay. If you're happy, if you're cool, I was real quick. Yeah. I'm preheating the oven.
That is a hell of a lasagna, bro. That's massive. What the fuck size is that?
This is a what's this? There's different flavors, different. This is called a classic lasagna. What's meat pie?
How much does that weigh? A kilo? What is it?
Yeah, probably.
What's a kilo? It's 5 pounds. 5 here.
It's 2.2 kilos. How are you going to have that between yourselves?
Over the course of a couple of days, we'll make it. I'll have some tonight, some tomorrow. This is our meal for the next couple of days. Yeah. But I'm preheating the oven.
I've got a little suggestion. Extra parmesan on the top, right? Okay. Parmesan on the top.
Yeah, parmesan. Okay. Go back to what you. I think. Dumb likes what you were saying. Go back to what you were saying.
We don't.
I'm a good cook, bro. Oh,
I like what you're saying. If we had Parmesan cheese, I would definitely dump it on top and make it more flavorful.
More salt.
More
salt.
We have salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, turmeric, Italian seasoning. Maybe we'll do that. But you're right. We should have some
Parmesan.
Parmesan.
So what I'm thinking about, I think that she'll file a lawsuit against me if I approach, right?
Oh no! Don't do that. Don't go down that road. Just say go back to the coffee shop, order an espresso. Say, hey, you've been putting hearts in my coffee. Let's go out. I want to take you out to lunch. I want to take you out to dinner. Let's see what happens. If she says no, you can come back here and say, oh, the broad said no. The black pill is real. These fucking whores want fucking chat. Or if she says yes, if she does say yes, you go out on that date and you tell us about it.
That's fucking huge.
You take the lid off. Yeah, you make it a tent. It says take the lid off, make it a tent, put it on, bake for 70 minutes.
70 minutes.
After 70 minutes, take the tent off and give it 20 minutes. It's about an hour and a half, so we'll get started.
We got a nice big lasagna that will feed us for 2 or maybe 3 days. So cook
it.
Yes.
It's like Brosy and OC are living the kind of bunker lifestyle with these pre-made.
What about you? What are you having for dinner? Are you cooking anything? Do you know how to cook? Do you make food or?
My dad's a chef. My dad was a chef.
Okay, so your dad was a chef. Did you glean or learn anything from him? Or
I gleaned plenty of him. My favorite cuisine is making probably Asian cuisine with the noodles and a bit of.
Okay, why don't you go out, get a porterhouse steak, cook it up, and stream it? I want to watch you cook up a nice porterhouse steak.
Okay, we got my brother talking to Dev Pike. I want to talk to Dumb. Dumb, what's up? Did he hang up on us?
Hey, Dumb.
That's hilarious. Fuck off, Dev Pike. Dumb, what's up?
No, I'm just doing my comments.
No, remember,
I put myself on mute.
Right. When you host a show, you got to give everyone equal attention. Dev Pike, we love talking to you. We got Dumb here too. It's rude to just leave him hanging there. We're going to address him too.
Right,
you guys are going out. I'm liking this. I'm occupational Clique. This is my stream. Dumb's on my phone, but instead it's become Brother Clique versus Dev Pike. Okay. Dumb.
Yeah, but it's massively entertaining though.
Yeah, well, okay. As long as you're entertained, you can stay on the line. The two of them going at it. Yeah.
Yeah, I like Brother Clique. I like his take. And but I feel that if the roles were reversed, he would not do what he's telling.
Oh, come on.
Oh shit! Why is Dumb shooting on Bruce C like that?
No.
What? What's that all about?
So you're saying my brother would be too timid to ask the girl out?
Yeah.
I think he wouldn't. That's my, because I don't think I would.
And
So
why
how did you get Donna then?
Well, why wouldn't you? Because she's too pretty. You wouldn't have a chance. What?
Well, it would take me like a long time. I mean, maybe because he knew her for a year now, but it would probably take me forever to work up the courage.
It's taking me forever.
Well, Dumb is saying that Brother Clique probably wouldn't listen to his own advice, and it would take a lot of courage to.
I think Bro C was thought through. I believe in Bro C. I think Bro C is a man of conviction.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so you believe in him. Okay.
Although people don't believe in me getting that. Horsehead's attacking me from the sidelines. Horsehead has the belief of a rat's waistcoat. That's the phrase goes.
No, OC wouldn't ask her out because he's black-pilled, and he's like, there's no point.
I wouldn't bother. Exactly. I know this girl and this girl don't want let me show you my face if you haven't seen my face before. I'm going to try to don't want this. I know they don't want this. I know they don't want this. I'm a realist. I'm a fucking realist. And I know other men will simp in White Knight and beg this bitch to not leave the job. I'm a realist. Yeah. Black pill. You all right, buddy?
I'm okay.
We're going to have some... Brother Clique's kind of out of it. We're going to have some design orders. It'll take a while.
Yeah, but what about you in your Jesus phase?
Me? I don't think women are attracted to glubby Jesus. If they are, they don't. I'm not. It's not like I'm beating women off with a stick. So yeah, no. You might, as a man, think I've got a pretty Jesus face, but I can tell you, this girl here does not agree with you. So I wouldn't even bother. That's me.
I agree, but there's always a chance, a small chance.
I suppose.
As Dumb and Dumber said, right? There's always a chance.
Well, what does Dumb think? Is Dumb here? Dumb. Is there always a chance? There's always a chance?
Well, I mean, you can always shoot your shot and see what she would say. I'm just saying that a lot of us are chicken, including myself, and it would take a while. I mean, I've done it a few times, but it's taken me a long time. And then when I get shot down, then it takes me like a year to get over it.
Well, yeah, it would be so depressing if it didn't work out. That would be really depressing.
Yeah, especially if you really like her. I mean, if it's just some woman that you just, if you're just like cold approaching, that's one thing. But if you like her, then yeah, it kind of sucks if she says no.
Right.
I always got I have a boyfriend, so I always like that one. And whether she had a boyfriend or she didn't, it didn't really matter. She's shooting you down.
No, I agree. So you're actually kind of... Dumb is actually more black-pilled than Dev Pike on this one.
Yes.
I am?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, but
what? Go ahead, Dev. What do you want to ask? Danny, go ahead.
What are you going to lose by asking the question? Nothing.
No, you yourself said it can go very badly for you. You have to work there. She starts saying that.
No,
it on me. There's a lot to lose. There is a lot to lose. But yeah, what?
No, if you're not working there.
Well, no, we're not talking about hypotheticals. You claim you work with this girl. She puts hearts in your coffee. You work with her. And if it gets weird, you got to work with her. And all the simps and White Knights and the other women, ew, that creep. You told us you work with this bitch. Is your story changing again?
No, I'm just saying that she. Imagine if you finish working there. It won't mean you can ask her the question. You're fired anyway. You're going anyway, right?
No, I don't know what you're saying. Enough of this. All right, Dom, what's going on with you, buddy?
Just working on my kitchen here.
Well, did you pay attention at the beginning? Do I have to repeat myself again? My brother and I want to come out and see you. We have a plan. Did you hear the plan? Yes. You kind of know the plan.
Yeah, I know the plan. You were going to come today, and then you changed your mind.
No, we were going to come today. It's Memorial Day weekend. When my brother gets the rental car that the insurance company is paying for from the guy that hit him, he'll take it off. We'll drive out to see you.
Yeah, so he's definitely getting a rental car.
Oh, yeah, Tom.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, the insurance has to pay for it. That's part of the deal.
Yeah, but because so you gotta submit to the insurance to the auto shop, the collision place you want to go to. They get it in their computer. They call you in. You drop the car off, and you get the rental car. That's gonna have to wait till Tuesday because it's fucking Memorial Day weekend. You know what I mean?
All right.
But you're not going anywhere. You're not going anywhere anytime soon, so it doesn't matter if we show up. Let's take a look at the calendar. If we show up on Tuesday the 27th, or fuck it, if we show up on June 3rd, Tuesday, you're going to be there for the next week or two at least, so we can show up whenever the fuck we please. It's not like you're going anywhere. You don't have a car. I mean, you know what I mean?
No, just come on over.
Yeah. So what are you even bitching about?
I'm not bitching. I'm just saying.
You sound like you're bitching, guys. Brother Clique, Danny.
You're making an argument over nothing.
He sounds like he's bitching. He sounds like he's bitching. I agree.
No, you were supposed to come today, and then you changed your mind.
Well, because when I realized yesterday my brother could rent a car, I said, fuck it, put the wear and tear on the rental car that the company's paying for and call out next week. That makes more sense.
Okay.
Don't okay me. Don't okay me. After all we've been through, man, I've known you longer than any of these starlings, man. Todd recommended you. Your very first channel that no one remembers, the one you nuked, where you were drunk and just making videos. I've been watching you since the start, man. Don't act like I'm some stranger here. I'm getting kind of pissed here.
I don't know if he would recommend me anymore.
It's not the point. The point is I've known you longer than most of a lot of these people found you from your streams. They forget or don't know that you had a channel before you streamed. Your very first channel, you weren't streaming. You were posting videos. Remember? I remember. They don't. They know you as Dumb, the streamer guy who fixes a door. I remember the original Dumb, the one I know and love and miss and want to visit. I want to visit that Dumb, the one from that original channel that no one remembers but me.
He's gone.
I think there's some. I think there's some of him down there somewhere. I want to meet him.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, you have to get him drunk.
I can do that. We can bring beer. I can do it. This can be arranged.
You have to get him drunk and lonely and depressed and yeah. So.
All right. Now, tell the audience and my brother and Dev Pike, Danny, you hope to be in Australia by June 4th. Is that correct? So you told me last night.
It's never going to happen. June the 4th.
Let him explain first, then you can opine. June 4th, what's going on?
Well, I was supposed to be leaving BWI on June 4th, but yeah, I was just looking at flights to push it back because I don't know if I'm going to be done. But I'm still hoping I can keep it, but if not, I can change it for like $1.
Okay, so a couple days, 2 days ago, it was June 4th. Now that's gone out the window. Okay, so it's not June 4th.
No, I'm still hoping.
July the 4th.
I'm still hoping.
Independence Day? July the 4th?
That's correct. Yeah, no, Danny thinks it's going to take you at least another month. That's what he's saying.
You're going for Independence Day? No, in fact, this is perfect. It can be independence from Inseldom. Independence Day you go. Right?
Yes.
July the 4th.
No. Can you hear Danny or no?
Well, that's a good plan, actually. You know? Yeah.
Bingo.
July 4th.
Well, I wouldn't fly out on July 4th. I'd fly out like July 5th or 6th or something, the nearest regular day after. July 4th is a Wednesday. I'd fly out that Friday the 6th, because you really can't.
It'd be my Independence Day, yes.
Right. Can you hear Danny? Danny wants to know things. Can you hear Danny, or should you have to relay his questions?
Yeah, I can hear him, but I didn't know. Like, I just know him as Dev Pike. I didn't know that was.
Fine, Dev Pike. Whatever you want to call him. Dev Pike is question. Dev.
So what's your name now?
Okay, Dev. His name is Danny. Danny.
It's Dev Pike.
Yeah, Danny or Dev Pike wants to ask James Moore some questions. What would you like to ask James, Danny?
What advice do you have for me to get this barista girl? Hello?
Okay, we don't know what's going on. Forget. I don't think he can hear you. Listen, Dumb. What I was going to say to you is, Danny Dev Pike thinks you don't like him. He thinks you have something against him. Is that true?
Well, no, of course not. I've said many times that I like Dev Pike, and I rooted for him to come on your channel the first time.
Right. I agree. You guys spoke one time. You're both on the channel at the same time.
Yeah.
Every time I talk to Dev Pike or Danny, he's like, Dumb doesn't like me. But Danny, Dumb claims he likes you.
Well, I must have a certain way about me because a lot of people think that. Like Len Hiker, not Len Hiker, the Deal, especially, he thinks I hate him, and
well, I hate the Deal, so let's not even talk about him. I'm talking about Dev Pike right now. Fuck the Deal for real. That guy's a piece of shit. One of the people you modded that you shouldn't have. Fuck the Deal for real. I didn't want to hear his name. Okay, so
well, if it wasn't for the Deal, Donna and I might not be together because he mediated our first conversation.
Good. So the Deal for real is a piece of shit. Not only is he a nasty fucker, he took away our depressed and wanted man and turned him into this. The Deal for real sucks. Hope he dies. Okay, but we're talking about Dev Pike. Yeah, we're talking about Dev Pike right now. He was a nasty piece of shit, banning me for no reason until you made me a mod. Fuck him. But we're talking about Dev Pike right now.
Well, I was just trying to say that some people think that I hate him when I don't.
Well, I hate the Deal for real, but we're talking about Dev Pike. Do you hate Dev Pike?
Real for Deal.
No, I like him. He sounds like James Bond.
Who?
James Bond.
James Bond. Danny, why do you think Dumb hates you so much? Why do you keep thinking he hates you? He says he likes.
I've got a voice halo, so that it might work with his chick. I could be a voice actor, right?
Yeah, but I mean, you didn't answer the question. Why do you think Dumb dislikes you? You didn't answer that. Why do you think, Danny?
Okay,
why do you
go into it? I'm a Spurs. I can go into it.
Okay. You're right there, buddy.
Okay.
Right, multiple comments on his channel that I've done, that I've commented on. Zero response from James. Ghosted. Yeah.
Well, I will say that there's a lot of comments that I don't ever see because YouTube. And so if you put something in there that YouTube doesn't like, I won't even ever get it.
Yeah, that's an excuse. He's blocked me before too. It's an excuse. Okay, so you've blocked Dev Pike. What else is going on here?
No, I almost always reply to every single comment that I see, but sometimes.
Yeah, but you never reply. Everything. You never reply to any of Dev Pike's. You always ignore him on purpose. So I understand.
Well, then I'm like, he must be YouTube blocks because. Censored because I never get anything from Pike. I haven't got anything from him in a very long time. I haven't seen any of his comments.
YouTube sucks.
Okay, so Danny, he doesn't hate you. It's YouTube. It's YouTube.
It's against white men.
Yes.
He's trying to.
How about you send something on my last video? Say hi, and I'll see if I get it.
Okay. I'll put a reference to this video on it. I'll support you fully. I'm fully backing you with Donna now. I hope you get married and have 5 children.
All right, thank you. I hope you get to marry this barista girl.
Yeah, right. If I am James Bond, maybe if I was...
Her name is Rhiannon. Rhiannon, what was her name again? Let's take a look. Rhiannon Cameron Clark. So her name is Rhiannon.
She'll be
Rhiannon, yeah.
She'll beat me up.
See, brother Clique and Dev Pike, I gotta go. I gotta watch the videos that Donna sent me, and plus I gotta work on my kitchen. So
true. Okay, no, stop. Before you go, the truth is, let me translate what Dumb just said. I'm tired of talking to you people. I can't stand you, OC, or your brother, or this Dev Pike asshole. But I gotta pretend I'm a nice guy. Okay, we get it, Dumb. Go watch your videos. Go ahead. Bye. I hung up on him. All right, we'll probably get off soon because I put the lasagna in the oven.
So Dumb has confirmed that he hates us.
He hates us. He can't be bothered with us. He thinks he thinks we're pulling him down. He's finally getting to have the experience he wanted to have 30 years ago, and he feels we're just going to drag him back into the sea of shit. That's what he thinks. So
that's probably closer to the truth than you think.
Yes, no, I think it's true. I still want to see him for the shock value, but I'll probably visit him once. If Donna comes, I'd like to meet Donna, but I see Dumb is what Dumb is. I mean, really. I gotta go because I gotta watch videos Donda sent me. You have a lifetime to watch fucking Donda. You're gonna marry her supposedly. He's gotta go because he's gonna watch Donda videos. Okay, bullshit. What do you think?
I know. Nonsense.
All right, I'm gonna put the lasagna in the oven. I don't know about him. I might come back on later. You gonna be around, Dev, in a few hours?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll say goodnight for now. I gotta go. It's the first time we've had daylight when we're ending the stream. 3 hours is all daylight. All right. For now, occupational Clique and whatever you are.
Brother Clique.
Out.